You better be recording this song, 'cause I can't do it again. I don't know the words. Welcome to the podcast where Joe is right and Justin is wrong.
Facts.
Did you say facts or fats?
Is that how we're starting
Same,
this? Is
same.
that how we're doing this? Alright, let's put the gloves on. Let's just start.
It's a ginseng root.
I know it's a ginseng root, but it looks like other things. It's so weird looking.
It's gonna look at you and wink.
I thought it did.
Is it the Jagger's tail?
I don't know what it, I didn't know. I didn't want to speculate on what it was because he said something about a tip or something, and I was like,
you would let me finish. I said it was a tip
I
of the
didn't want you to finish because I didn't know where you were going. I didn't want to be hurt on that level.
I was gonna say it's the tip of the Legiana's antenna.
It's the Great Legends tip.
What did you think it was, man?
The look that.
Welcome to the Northstar Otaku podcast. My name is Ungrateful Ninja. This here person to my right, I think that's my right.
Yeah, that's your right.
Yeah, okay. Person to my right is Obscura.
What's up?
Person directly across from me, Shadow Man.
How's it going?
Person
Hope everybody's doing well.
who's sitting in contempt of court. Untimely death.
You had to do that with the light skinned one, huh?
Yep, you're being sequestered.
Wow, it's because I'm light skinned, isn't it?
Pretty much.
What's going on, everybody? Long time no see.
He is eating a granola bar that's like his complexion.
Wouldn't it be
Word.
long
Like
time?
consider cannibalism?
Wouldn't it be like long time no here? So wouldn't it be like long time no here, not long time no see? They can't see us just yet.
Exactly. That's the whole point. They can't see, but we can. Cameras in your places.
Yeah, we need to get a camera.
I could have brought the
But
what's
see,
the name?
if we get a camera, then I can't do the podcast naked. I don't want to. Come on. That's fucked up.
Come get your man. That's why he's all the way over there. Anyway.
It's because white people aren't allowed. Is that what that is? That's racist.
White people are allowed,
That's
but
racist.
just not
you,
right
you
now.
Should,
Just
you
not
should
this week.
allow. They should be allowed all the time.
They have their spaces, damn it.
All voices matter.
Let me have mine.
All voices matter.
Wow. All right.
Quick question before we start: how long has this been sitting here since I placed it?
I don't know.
About 3
I
minutes.
wasn't paying attention.
About 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
That's how long I said to like have it like.
Are you gonna put that in that?
No.
Is that like? What is that?
It's a drink. It's a cold, nice, tasty beverage.
It's a crate.
It's a great crate.
It's great.
Why you sending it away? What did it ever do to you?
Go to the game. The powers of the Leshen.
They're delicious. All right. So.
Oh, I almost beat the lesson while having the Pooky Pooky alive too. I was so upset.
You let it die, didn't you?
Literally, after it died, pow! Dead.
So you did let. Notice he just glossed over that. It's like, how did it
Oh,
die?
I
Joe?
was there. Like literally, it was like the Pooky Pooky died. Literally 30 seconds later, Leshen died. He was not happy.
Wow.
I was doing everything to keep it alive.
Did you say all the words?
Did you have life powders?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is,
it's because I can't use my weapons for it. I don't think I'm just gonna use the hammer next time anyway.
it also doesn't help that they always focus blast the Pookie.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like they'll be fighting Joe. The Pookie will show up. They'll literally divert, go after the Pookie. Joe will be like stabbing him in the back. Who's like, I don't feel that. I'm going after the Pookie.
At least, at least you don't have to play as Jerry.
You do. It won't.
It's
it
not
won't
that
let-
one?
Yeah.
You're still
it's-
playing as
it's
Jerry?
not-
It won't let you.
For
shit.
that specific one, if you're doing just the Leshen,
I thought you were
quest,
doing the other one.
Nah, he's doing that one because there's a whole bunch of side quests built into it. That he's
Isn't that
trying
one
to
like
do.
an
Yeah.
event?
It's not an event, but it's like it feels like an event.
But
I
mean, like,
it's
what if you like-
special events.
It's definitely extra shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, special assignments.
Yeah. Help this motherfucker who's been he just ended up in this. I told you this guy like jumped from universe to universe. So that one game that people were talking about last year from E3, Cyberpunk 2077. Apparently, somebody from his game is going to end up in that game at some point. Because there's a person
Keanu
who
Reeves?
she uses magic. Apparently, he's in it too. I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's got metal robot armor, whatever. But yeah.
I'm the new Winter Soldier.
So now everybody's gonna buy this game.
I thought of something for you to do, Mr. Ungrateful. When it comes to like the podcast, like posting it, instead of like posting it like immediately, like have it to where it's like, because we do it like every weekend, have it to where like you would post last week's, so it's pretty much like it'll be like pretty much on time with everything.
Basically, you telling me to hand in my homework on time. No, I try to.
Like,
I mean,
if he could do that, then
I was gonna say because like it's
other things.
No.
First of all, fuck you. I finished all my classes.
Listen, can I speak, please?
I was talking about the game.
Okay, but he's coming at me though. No, I
Feeling
know.
guilty.
No, I know what you're
Feeling
talking. No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know you.
Is this how we
I've
are?
been there.
Are we this bad?
No, you're worse.
Sometimes.
The Ace Ventura kind of like.
No, yeah, because one of the things I was talking to him about was what day should that come out? Because we usually try to have the podcast come out on a certain day. I didn't know which day it should be.
And I was just saying, like, it's like I think I saw like you upload 2 videos in the same day or something like that before.
Oh, that was different. That was because we already had like 2 or 3, and then I was like, oh, because they were old podcasts at that point. They were like 2 weeks old, so I was like, let me get them all up, and then after that, we just put one up after the other. That was weird. It was a weird like cross-eyed.
So he was that guy eating the chicken wing?
Wait, what?
The vine where the black dude ate the chicken wing, all the hot sauce on it. He went.
No, my eyes don't pop out like that. I don't want them to pop out.
That shit was gross. No. Cause like that,
You don't like the googly
you
eyes?
fuck around like that, and a bird flies by and snatches your eye. Then you really fucked up.
That reminds me of this video I
He wants
saw.
to play.
This
Now,
lady was
what happens if you can't get your eye back in the socket?
Like that too. Then you gotta go to the hospital and they gotta touch. You just said the worst way to do that. I just push it back in with my finger, my dirty ass fingers. Like,
It reminds me of this video I saw. This lady was eating French fries, and a seagull swooped down and grabbed a fly, and she caught the seagull. With
the
her
little
hand.
girl, yeah, right.
That was an older lady.
Oh, I saw the one with the little girl.
The little girl was, the mom was feeding him, and she wanted to get the stuff herself, and the bird flew on the hand, was about to go, and she's like, no, give me that, and ate it, and the mom was like, no!
It's one of those weird, like, little kid strength things.
The most disgusting thing I've
Like
ever
grown?
seen was this lady on the, like, they were doing like interviews on the beach or whatever. This lady was eating ice cream. A bird flew over and pooped. It landed right on top of the ice cream, and she ate it. She ate the ice cream. It just like kept going. And, like,
What?
The video that they tried to make me watch
the
yesterday.
video that we
I
showed
love how
Joe.
you always try to. Okay. What was it though?
Because
wait.
I was out of the room and I was making some
Hold
food,
up. I
and then
clearly
you
remember-
wanted to be like, "Oh wait, no, Joe, look!" You paused the damn thing to make sure I would see it. No, you guys rewound it.
I clearly remember Joe was the one who clicked on the video. He initiated the
See, he
contact.
does this most of the time because he's always starting videos
I know,
like that video with that one girl.
It's a compilation
That
video,
high
so
school
there are
girl.
multiple videos.
Notice
the one
he's
that
not
He's
lying.
getting so deep.
notice though, he did not deny the fact.
Word.
He did not deny it.
Because I'm not a liar. I will
Clicked
not
on it
deny.
and you were, but you'll just misdirect everybody. So you're not lying, you just swerving the
Misdirection
traffic.
is the first part of magic.
You see, because I went out.
Effective misdirection. He's failing at this right now.
I went out and I was no longer a part of this video watching. There was a
So
new
when
video.
you start a thing and then walk away,
That's
and
why
then
the
come
video
back,
was
it's
paused,
not
so you
your
could
fault.
finish.
You
know,
guys
enjoying
told
the
me to
video.
come back to watch this one part. That was on y'all.
But it was on you.
I did not need to see all
you
that
initiated
whiteness
it.
going on down like that.
Were they white?
I mean, when are they
It-
not?
It was like it was a mix though.
Basically,
Yeah, some-
what happened was this dude, for whatever fucking reason, was by a wall for whatever fucking reason, had a bunch of chewed up gum on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's what we were talking about.
You want to retract that statement now? Yeah.
No, that was still you.
Yeah,
You
look at-
still started it.
You want to retract that statement now?
Not really.
Yeah.
Your
Totally
Honor,
come
not
back
really.
and see that because the dude decided I'm gonna lick all of this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So
one of
it was
those
a wall of
weird
gum, and he
walls
was
where
like,
they're like, yeah. You
across
visited
the
this
wall.
wall, put your gum on it, and it'll be there forever until this weird kid licks it off.
So
And he went across the whole wall.
Yeah.
for this day, I was a podcast.
I hope he got paid though.
Probably didn't.
There are a few things that I know you wanted to talk about last week that you didn't bring. Something about the teacher.
Teacher thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you said something about the teacher. What was it?
No.
You can't be disrespected like that. It's so rude. You said something about teachers that I agree with a lot of the teachers, but I disagree with Genkai and teacher. Because you said like, oh, once the student starts to outdo the teacher and the teacher like feels like the student no longer needs them, then they try to like, no, you still need me, this, that, and third. I can look at all the things I can show you. And I was like, I totally agree with that with Kakashi, because I mean, like, when two of your students become the strongest things to ever exist, and the other student is stuff, basically, you kind of tend to be like, oh shit, I gotta do it. Like, especially we're in the middle of this fucking war, I gotta do it. I gotta show these motherfuckers why I'm still their fucking teacher. But like with Izumi Curtis, I feel like her and Genkai are like cut from the same cloth. They're the same crotchety old women who don't want anything to do with their fucking students. Isn't old. But does she not have crotchety. The same?
She is massively crotchety though. Yes.
The only thing between her and Genkai's age.
Yeah.
They're the same person. And we don't know. She could shrink. She could shrink like Jeremy. Do you just want to be part of the podcast? Like, goddamn.
I can move over
Pull
to
up a seat. I love Genkai too, but I'm like, at the same time, she is very much that person who's like, you just gotta get the fuck out. I'm just trying to be old. I'm just trying to be old, and you keep pulling me into your shit.
That is pretty much word verbatim.
So when it comes down for teachers who are like that, yeah, I would give you Genkai Izumi, because because if any of them start to fuck up and start kind of bad, or if they were like to talk back, saying, I'm stronger than you, said, bitch, what? I may be a housewife, I will fuck you up.
I feel like it wasn't the opposite though, because she's good at showing her strength, but in terms of like, she usually is just like, whenever someone's like, oh, who the fuck is that strong ass bitch? I'm just a housewife. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but
she's very much Carl with her powers.
But see,
that's running through, knocking niggas out. She's like, who the fuck
that's
is
random
that?
people though. But when it comes to her, to the two of them, if she's teaching them, if they get out of hand, she's like, you best realize why I'm your teacher.
Students are idiots.
We're not denying that fact. All the students are stupid.
If I say let's be honest, like
look at Yusuke, look at Sakura, look at Sasuke, look at Naruto.
I love how you had 3 targets. They're all stupid, but you just aimed at the smartest. You aimed at the smartest one.
Who? Sasuke?
I mean, in terms of in terms of book smarts, you aimed at the smartest one.
I mean, he did first.
Look how dumb she is. Like, goddamn. Drugging her friends and putting them in the
even with Shikamaru, well, not Shikamaru. Well, yeah, Shikamaru, because Azuma was still kind of whooping his ass on some intelligence things too.
Yeah, but the one thing he couldn't do was beat him with shogi, which actually would upset him. I'll give you that, because he was just like, what the fuck?
This is like the one thing I can't beat.
He's like, child, the only reason we're still doing this and not doing training is because I'm going to destroy you. And he's like, you think? Nah, yeah.
I just thought of something interesting.
Oh, God.
Like, when you're talking about teachers and dumb characters, so I was thinking, like, who's the biggest intelligence gap between teacher and student? Is it Luffy
Kakashi.
and Rayleigh?
No,
Naruto Kakashi.
With respect to what they know about the world, or what they,
just
or
in
just in terms
general.
of intelligence level, like IQ.
Just in general.
No, wait, no.
Because
I'm
general,
sorry,
what are you basing it off of? Because
no. Goku Roshi.
Oh.
If you want to go into a big one, Goku and
Can
King
we
Kai.
talk about Goku though? Because he's not. I mean, he's got some development problems.
Really, you want to go there?
This nigga fell.
You got to go there.
I don't care how tough your Saiyan child is.
Goku
he fell off
and
a
Whis.
fucking mountain and landed on his head.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's happened to Luffy a couple times.
I'm sure that's happened to. I was like, what?
That's how he had to stun his growth.
Luffy? No, yeah, Luffy. We'll see. The thing about Luffy. Oh shit, you dying?
No, I'm good.
Drink your strength potion. Do it.
Later. Okay.
Make a demon juice.
It's not the time.
The Vigo Wasp juice.
Thing about Luffy though is that like when a man, why is it off the back? Anyway, fucking when the guy who can destroy mountains punches you in the head, multiple times when you're a kid. I mean, I feel like
but that only happened after. Well, hockey. So
he punches him in the head all the time.
Yeah,
but that says hello to his grandson.
That was after the whole. I ate the Melba fruit,
but Luffy was still feeling it though, which means he was hitting hockey.
That's why I said, hockey. So.
Yeah,
and that meant hockey when he was a kid.
I'm wondering if, like, despite the fact that Luffy is made of rubber and basically like all of his organs are elastic, like that's the whole reason why Gear Second can work. There's still some level of damage that has to be happening. On some level, even if it's not like he can bounce back from it. There's a limit to.
It's an absorption thing, but if
there's a limit because remember he was trying to rip his arms off when they put him in jail during the big.
I didn't really understand how he was. He's just like
he was turning.
Yeah, he was just turning and turning. He's trying to basically rip his arms apart.
Yeah,
I don't know how they show it in the manga, but in the anime, you actually
see like his arms. Can't show it.
No, they do show it.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it.
But you can't get a feel for the actual emotion.
I'm saying like this is they were showing him wrapped up in his arms, but then they specifically went onto the arm. You see like. Pull marks and blood coming out.
What is with the two of them? Luffy and Zorro fucking trying to cut off their limbs.
Because they'll do anything to save their loved ones.
I mean, they're just trying to get like Sanji's real dad.
Yeah.
But what was it? Kind of like with in Dressrosa when what's his name cut off his leg when he was trying to when they put him in the shack. That's Cecil. You'll never get free from that. He was like, I'm about to save my people. Yeah, and he cut off his leg and said,
Kairos is a beast. Kairos is a fucking monster.
One-legged monster.
Yeah, word. I thought it was weird that he was like a broken toy. I was like, can't you just turn him into a toy, put the leg back on, and then like turn him back and ta-da?
And I was wondering, like, why is this toy so fucking badass? Like, because that's him. Gotcha.
Unfortunately, it's not a Dr. Stone thing. Because in Dr. Stone, you can actively heal shit with the petrification.
Yeah. I know you haven't been watching the anime, but
is it out yet?
There's only been one episode, but there's only been one episode for like a while. There's only been one episode for a while.
It's been at one episode?
Because it's on Crunchyroll. But I didn't have it clicked on it. It could be a movie or something. I don't know. But it says Dr. Stone, one video.
I'm hoping
it's been one video for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm hoping that's just like a sneak peek and that they're going to actually do it. Because Dr. Stone is a good story. That's that story I told you about where it's like it's a shonen anime where the power-ups are not strength-based. They're technology and information-based. So they're like, oh, we made a telephone out of like shit we found, and we just like made the bulbs for the batteries, made the glass, made the filament and all this other shit, and made the chemicals inside it, and then all the different shit from scratch because they're starting out as like cavemen. It's the premise of the story is that like everyone in the world was turned into stone statues, and then 3,000 years later, it was like 3,000 or 5,000 years later, they all end up. Somehow, some of them end up back out, and then basically they're trying to figure out what happened.
Why is it all gross? Why? Because he's white and I'm light skinned? It's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly why.
Just blowing kisses at your boo.
So?
Your boo thing.
Yeah, that's my boo thing. Tom, what's up? Mwah.
Really? The second he leaves the room, you just go, wow.
Oh, we had this conversation last night about Chris Hemsworth and Tom Holland. And
I'm pretty sure he would have said it even if he was over in the same room.
He should have. That would have made for great shit for the podcast.
No, he knows there are 10 celebrities that if I ever had a chance with.
Use a hoe.
First of all, don't act like you don't have 50.
The way that he stops, he just stops drinking, and he said,
50 is just A and B. That don't even count the rest of the alphabet.
Jennifer Aniston,
you've got the numbers in front of that zero.
Come on, Jennifer Aniston, hit me up.
Which is 12.
Serena.
Oh, do you want to watch that movie?
Serena, if you want to leave your mans, I'll take care of you.
Serena.
Who the fuck says Sabrina?
I don't know if you're trying to get with a teenage witch. I don't know.
Or a gym leader.
Melissa Joan Hart. I mean, you may be a racist, but what's good?
Melissa Joan Hart. Is she really? Oh no. My childhood.
Right?
That's why you didn't end up with Harvey, bitch.
Wow.
You deserve that shit. Oh yeah, so her aunts weren't even. It's not even that they didn't like that kid because he was a witch hunter. It's just he's black. Probably. Yeah. All right, we can get off of this.
So to go back to the topic that was at hand before we derailed the whole conversation.
I don't even which one.
The teachers.
Okay, yeah.
When it comes down to that one, I don't. It's not like I don't like that dynamic with them for them to show the reason why they're like that. I would prefer if they did it a little more because there are a lot of times you don't get that aspect as to the reason why they are that person's teacher. There's just a lot of lore for it. Yeah. Like with Master Roshi, they did show it sort of when it came down to him fighting in the tournament and then destroying the moon. It's like, yeah, this is where Roshi is at. It took him to fucking Resurrection F to like really show him fighting against strong people, and you find out at the fact that Roshi, if he had gone up there to Namek, would have mollywopped the fuck out of Frieza.
Would he really? Damn.
So
and then with Piccolo and Kami, if they had fused before and went to Namek, they really would have whooped the...
Your mana potion hurt you?
It was the cap.
Bruh.
It was the cap.
Can you imagine, like, you on that last little bit of strength while you fighting a Devil Joe or some shit like that? You go to pull out a fucking mana potion, you clipped your nail on it, you take a little bit of damage, you just fucking die. You got cornered. Goddamn.
I mean, that's only because your Pelago not coming through like it's supposed to.
Yeah, that's a
common problem.
For you guys.
Akira is a beast. We've been over this. We don't have to go over that again. We've been over this. Back to what you were saying.
What? You get it with him. You get glimpses with Genkai. The one major thing that you see Genkai do is the Spirit Wave.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And even when it came down to it, when she was really about to get into an actual serious fight, she didn't have her energy anymore because she gave it to Yusuke.
Yeah.
So there's that. Teacher just fucked everybody up. She showed why she was feared
as a housewife.
Yeah. With My Hero, everybody is kind of showing why they are that they are. There's no way. Well, most of them. I mean,
a lot of
them. You got
them.
Gran Torino kind of showing what, in his old age, what he's capable of.
A lot of them, though, you can attribute that to the fact that, well, a lot of those people were just not done being taught. Because if you look at Yusuke, the simple fact that there was an entire group of an entire archetype of powers that we didn't even the show didn't get to till Sensui, but the fact that they existed and he didn't know about it was like, oh yeah, by the way, this one thing, okay, I'm out, get the fuck out. And he's like, oh, you're not gonna help me save the world? Oh, fucking okay, fine, Jesus Christ, because I live here. So if you fuck up, I gotta make sure you don't fuck up. But and then with
you got Kenichi and
I mean, I feel like Kenichi never gets into that kind of stuff, only because there's never a point where his teachers are like...
Are you talking about the Mightiest Disciple?
Yeah. There's never a point where his teachers, where he outdoes his teachers. Ever. That's never going to happen. Actually, I read the whole thing, and I can just tell you, spoilers, it doesn't happen. There's never a point in the show where it's like, oh, he's stronger than... you could argue maybe that, some of the things that he can do, because of the fact that they are the elders' teachings, and he can kind of do them, the other teachers... he might have outpaced just in terms of I can do Ryusui Seikuken. And you can't. Other than that.
But with it's still, you see everybody, they show what they're capable of doing, but you don't fully see them outright just demolishing.
In Kenichi.
Yeah, in Kenichi, yeah.
In the manga.
I was going to say a manga, yeah.
Jinx no backs no penny taxes.
What's the name actually fights in the anime, the OVA? Sakaki and the kicky dude. He was remember you was telling me his kicks are a little faster than his punches?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Hongo. I was about to be
Sakaki and his friend? Yeah.
Fucking... Because
they do an OVA, and I believe it's 3 or 4 episodes.
You're talking about the French guy. I think he's
Was
French.
he French?
I think so.
I don't remember.
The dude with the braids.
Yeah.
That was the dude that I told you, remember, they thought that somebody was dead, and for some reason he was on their side later on, and he was, like, patting Miyu and Kenichi on the head, like, oh, maybe she's dead. Like, I was like, oh, shit. The look on his face was perfect.
The OVA shows Sakaki versus him. It shows Kenichi versus the Pink Hot Salat guy. And it shows
the teacher or not the teacher.
Oh no, not the Pink Hot Salat.
The way fucking
Sambo.
Command Sambo.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Victor, Igor, Ivan, something like.
Yeah,
Ivan.
it shows that fight. It shows a fight against someone else. I think it was the Pink Hot Salat dude. And they fought
the Prince guy.
Yeah, the Prince. Yep. Yeah. So it showed those 3 fights.
Yeah.
And the OVA.
That was actually a good fight. So that means I need to watch the OVA. Fuck.
Yeah. It's not very long. Oh, I think they show one of the guys too. The first highest disciple from Yomi.
The kid from the tournament.
I'm trying to remember.
The first main one or the second main one?
I think they showed the first main one.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So I think because isn't he the one who knows Miyu, right?
He's the one who likes Miyu. And
I think he's the one who shows up because I think he shows up and talks or something to her.
Yeah, this past Thursday.
Next week.
For what?
Getting paid again?
No, we can't.
I hate doing that.
So we got paid.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm like.
We got paid this Thursday, so we won't get paid next week, but the week after.
Gotcha.
That always sucks.
27th.
I would say that. I know, right?
Like I said, my mind hasn't been in.
Oh, speaking of which, Mackenzie Bezos. My love for you burns like the hot white intensity of 1,000 suns.
I thought we weren't doing shout outs to people that we like, huh?
Fuck
huh?
You.
Huh?
You.
Huh? Hop on that horse.
Listen. Mackenzie Bezos, I love you. If you want to, I don't know, put some money in my bank account.
You already saw the fact
you'd like to make a sizable deposit in my bank account, I can make a sizable deposit places. If you would like.
She don't like light skinned ones. You see?
Nigga, I'll bleach. You gotta spend money to make money. God damn. No, I'm not gonna bleach myself. That's just nasty.
They're just gonna throw Michael under the bus like that. Okay.
Who?
Well, yeah, he had a bit of like us. Never mind.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, no, he was just evening it out. Am I wrong? Shadow's like black people. No, yeah. I don't know.
See, I wouldn't understand me being Asian and all.
You just flip flopping like a motherfucker.
He did this before. You should have expected him.
Oh, I didn't. I wasn't expecting the Asian thing yet. I thought that was gonna come a couple podcasts from now. Maybe, I don't know. You're gonna wait a year around Chinese New Year again. Be like,
what are you talking about? I've always been. I mean, hats off to you for not seeing color. So.
No.
Fuck you, Jim. No, you're not gonna do that to me. Also, how the fuck can I see that color when it's overlapped with a bunch of other colors?
The rainbow.
That was an awesome video. I'm surprised that. So we watched a video that was like all the different pranks, the top 10 pranks that someone ranked themselves. Top 10 pranks that Jim did to Dwight in the office. And I'm surprised that the gift wrapping one wasn't in there.
That was one of my favorite ones.
That shit was hilarious. Quad desk was funny. There's only 3 desks, huh? So we'll have to change the name then.
Was the one where he set all his phones to his phones and he took over his life? No. It's like, hello, mother.
No.
It's Dwight.
I've made it with a woman. Inform
beat.
That one was good. I didn't have this serious.
Or the vampire one when he
that was in there. That was
so weirdly strong. Does anyone remember the context of? Because I keep seeing that in memes. The context of Jim standing with the blinds. Because I forgot what the context of it was.
So I'll just say this, just to get it out there. I have not really seen much of it, so I don't know what you guys are even talking about.
It's The Office. It's one of the greatest shows ever.
I should probably just leave the podcast.
No.
Huh?
Hey.
Have you guys?
Because I haven't either.
Have either of you two looked at the British one, the British Office? I'm just curious because there's a British
because it's
office.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch anything with Ricky Gervais in it. He's an idiot.
Why you don't like Ricky Gervais?
I don't. I just don't.
Everyone has their opinions.
Yep.
It's like how Ronnie are. So
my opinions stem from one video, and
this is exactly why Zorro's going to leave the group now. Because of this stuff right here.
Let's dive into that pool. Zolo. I feel like Zolo's not going to leave the crew based on what happened with Sanji. Joe's argument is that Zorro, because of what happened with Usopp and all that stuff, and when he said, like, if this happens again, I'll leave. I feel like he's not going to leave with this. This situation with Sanji leaving the group and Sanji disrespecting Luffy was on a completely different. I mean,
he could have kicked him once and left it alone, but he kept kicking him.
He did keep kicking him. But when you're trying to keep a person alive and they keep trying to insert themselves in, and you're like, no, get the fuck out of here. I'm trying to keep you alive.
It's too bad Big Mom was going to kill him anyways. And Sanji. And everyone else.
He did the best he could. And the best he could was to go along with what this asshole thinks so that everybody stays alive. He thinks. And Luffy realizes, which is why Luffy did not fight him back. When he was kicking him in the face, never fought him back.
Well, that was
and then you know what he did?
Luffy decided not to fight him before that, though.
He yelled some exactly, but Luffy yelled some shit at him, and because you know what? He knew Sanji was gonna cry in the car. That's exactly what happened. I saw the laugh. I know you approve. Sanji started crying in the car. He's like, I know where your heart lies, nigga. He's just like, he's like, Luffy knew he was gonna cry in the car. That's why he didn't fight him back, and that's why he didn't take it as disrespect. He knew what he was doing.
But we're not talking about Luffy.
I'm saying it's not a disrespect then.
It is.
It could be different for someone else. Like, for example, say if you and Ungrateful was walking down the street and Ungrateful slapped you in the face.
You saying you're talking to me?
Yeah.
And saying that if I smack myself in the face?
Yeah.
Very confused.
It doesn't matter. To someone who knows you, be like, oh, that's just him being him.
Split personalities.
Yeah.
Not really, though, because that doesn't make how much. Split personalities, so I'm betraying myself?
You have left side and the right side of the brain.
Yeah.
So I'm the elder now?
I mean, have you not seen Air Gear? You know how Agito and Akito roll?
We all saw
I've
Nutty
never
Professor.
won an eye patch, sir. I have never won an eye patch.
We've all seen Nutty Professor. Come on.
Wow.
Buddy love.
Now you just calling me fat.
Only on these.
Wait. So would that hold on. Would that make Carl your skinny half?
Oh, Carl would be your buddy.
No.
He's in your head, right? He's always in your head, right?
There's another persona deep in here that is the likes of which no one has seen, not even Carl. There's only one person who's seen it, and that's Winter Soldier. And yeah, it can get bad.
I'm glad I didn't say what I was going to say.
I keep
right
it at bay,
that.
though. I keep it at bay.
I was going to say the person that he smashed, that's the side. And it's like, Winter Soldier's like, ooh, that would have been awkward.
I mean, he is always yelling it out at me. It's fucking weird ass. It's that white boy funzy shit. You know what I mean? The whole like sack tapping.
White boy.
Yeah, word. Yeah. Anyway,
But no.
back to what you were saying.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is like, if someone did something to you, that's your friend. People and they know people be like, oh, that's just your friend. But if someone who sees things differently saw that, they'd be like, yo, that was disrespectful.
Okay, but they're all friends.
No. So I think the best way to put
I know
it.
that.
Devon and I are extremely close. If someone were to extremely disrespect me the first go round, and we wind up fighting, and then I forgive him easily, but he's like, you know what? That's not good. You need to like really set some boundaries. These motherfuckers, take yourself seriously, because I'm not with this. Now, on that same note, someone else who is almost along those lines as close does the exact same thing, but worse. Like, practically fucked my wife,
Damn.
kicked me in the face, and
Cracked the skull.
shot the dog.
They getting fucked up.
Devon, I have a question for you though.
What's up?
Because Zorro is completely aware of more than just, oh, Sanji just beat the fuck out of Luffy. Oh,
He doesn't know anything.
and I also was thinking about that too. The only person who might slip up and tell him would be Brook, because Brook is the only person who's been there. Brook was the only person who's there, and he was not there for the whole Usopp incident. But my thing is this: if we're talking about Joe, imagine my car is Joe's car, right? If I get mad at Joe and have a fight with him because he's getting rid of his car that we all ride in, that we've all had memories in, and that sounded weird. We all had memories.
That back seat.
Regardless,
Yay.
I'm like, we're not. Stop it! Stop it! It's like fucking. Anyway, no. Joe's getting rid of his car. I'm upset about that. I fight him. Then you should be mad at me, right? Because I fought him for a dumb reason.
Yeah.
However, if there is a drug kingpin who runs town we're in, because we don't have to go there, runs town we're in, we all know about them. The majority of the public knows about them and knows that they are not to be fucked with. And I need to do that. I need to fight Joe to make sure that that person doesn't kill him. Is that more acceptable than me fighting Joe for no reason over a stupid car?
But still knowing the fact that no matter what, everyone's going to die.
There's a chance that they might not. And if there's a chance
It was
that I
already
can keep you
declared.
alive,
It was declared
if there was
earlier
a chance,
on.
if there was
I'm
a
coming
chance
for
that
all
I could
y'all.
keep you alive,
If I already made a statement saying that I'm going to take care of this motherfucker first and I'm coming to beat your ass, it's already been stated, and she said, try me. What does that mean? She's literally just saying,
apparently
I will
that means
fuck,
Big Mom is
I
laughing
will
like a black man
fuck
now.
you up. And it's like, oh, I'm going to take Sanji away from you. And it's like, just tell him that, we won't kill them.
But
if
see,
he comes
I
with
don't
us.
know that
But
because in my head,
no,
I still have the hope
no. Because it's already stated that anytime a Big Mom does anything like that, everybody dies. Everybody dies. That's how Big Mom rolls. That's how it's always been that way. Everyone
Sanji
knows.
this.
Yes.
Sanji knows this.
That's why because when they said Big Mom, because of him, they know all that crap. The Tea Party. You know you can't not take this at all. You've been invited. Here's your invitation. Better be there, bitch. Basically how it always goes. And if you don't, your whole shit's getting wrecked. Everyone knows that. Sanji knows this. If you already know all this stuff and you're only thinking maybe this will be a thing that won't happen. Okay,
so
no.
basically what you're telling
And
me
then
is that
on
I
top
should
of
go
that-
with the hopeless situation.
On top of that, if you are going to go and people know the fact that you just left with a Big Mom's pirate or anything like that, isn't he want to go there and get you? Because he doesn't know the fact that you're doing it? No. You leave a note saying this, don't come get me. It's like, no, I'm going to come get you. You're my cook, you're my friend, we're family. I'm saving your ass.
I mean,
I'm
he went
trying
to
to
go
save you.
save Robin, and he knew Robin for like half the time.
Right.
That
So-
was different. He saw a hoe in distress.
All of them were hoes in distress. Literally all of them.
Damn, you calling Zorro a hoe in distress? He kind of was.
I was going to say, he's not. He's not.
Kind of was. He was a sea pimp who didn't have a boat. Actually, did he have a boat? I don't know. That doesn't matter.
No.
I still don't
He was
think
taking
that.
boats from people.
That is true. He's beating the fuck out of people and taking their boats.
Like it?
Actually, like Ray Lee. That's actually kind of funny.
Do you like it?
Yeah, not for me. Darky,
It's
really.
like piss color too. I don't.
That's your favorite flavor.
Oh, you can't always
Making up
get
lies.
what you want.
Don't
Till
believe
they
him,
become
scary. He's
truths.
just making up lies.
But that's, see, for me saying I fear him leaving the group is because of how serious he always is when it comes to dealing with the group and the crew and respecting the captain. He is very honor bound and he sticks to his word. So are you saying that you think that Zorro, being the type of person, the character that he's always been 100% of the time,
I honestly
that
think
he
it's
will
a
go back
non-issue.
on that?
I honestly think it's a non-issue because Usopp arguably had a dumber thing that he did. With respect to hold on a second. With respect to the reason why he fought Luffy, arguably dumber. Sanji's thing is way more complicated, and he can still, all he has to do is apologize. All he has to say, oh yeah, you found out about that? Okay, well, he apologized. He was trying to keep us safe. He thought that what he was doing was consistent with the best good for me and this crew. And he also apologized for it right after. He saved my life 3 fucking times. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for him and his connections. So, he did apologize. So, if Zorro gets mad about that and leaves, because Oda can write whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants Zorro to leave and he wants that to happen,
make him leave because that's my favorite character.
Same. I'm just saying, like, if Oda wants him to leave, he'll leave. So but I honestly don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It might end up being an issue if Brook lets it slip, doesn't tell everything because Brook doesn't know everything, and Zolo is just led to believe, oh, it's just what Brook told me that this happened, and then Luffy just let him back on the ship.
Either that, or it will cause a fight between Luffy and Zorro, and Luffy has to prove the fact that he is the strongest one, and he's going to beat him to say.
Luffy has to prove he's the strongest.
Because I still think Zorro's stronger than Luffy.
I honestly, the simple fact that he, like you said, he hasn't shown his whole strength.
Luffy's going to be like Gear 4th. Zolo's going to be like Genkai or Sharingan. I win.
Seriously.
And also the fact that Luffy, I mean, he's using the one thing that Luffy's not good with, which is cutting damage. And I'm pretty sure that Haki in a sword can probably cut through. So here's my question.
Speaking of cutting damage, do you think Asta would be able to go into the One Piece world and fuck people up with that sword?
I would say no.
No, probably not.
No?
That sword is dumb heavy, and he can wield it like a regular person, like almost like, you know, my dude.
But it's like it's an anti-magic sword. It's not necessarily magic.
What they have is not magic. Now, if it goes to it's one of those things where, like, when you compare universes, especially that have different power systems like that, you have to try to classify it as, okay, is Haki magic?
But
not really.
With some of them, I think some of those will qualify as
or either is Haki magic, or does his sword dispel? Because in their world, all their energy is just magic.
Yeah, we've never seen
forms
them. Of magic.
We've never seen them cut through anything that wasn't magic energy.
Okay, then Yuna, do you think? What about Yami? Do you think Yami could come in there and be the next white man?
Ooh, Yami is a beast. Yami would be a beast. Yami versus Blackbeard. Same powers, though, nigga.
I was gonna say, isn't that technically the same powers?
That he's basically Kiryu the Rain and Blackbeard put into the same person.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about Blackbeard, so I can't really.
Just has darkness power. Vague as fuck darkness power.
That's it.
Because he nullifies the powers of everybody else.
He's shaping up to be
a black cloud or whatever.
I think so. Yeah, he's shaping up to be the main bad guy antagonist.
I was like, because in Black Clover with Yami, he's able to, like, he knows, like, he has like a lot of knowledge from growing up
and reading people's ki, basically observation Haki.
So
Yami already has Haki confirmed because he can read a person's ki.
And then when Asta did it, was like, wow, you really are freaky.
His darkness power, I mean, he can use that to soup up his blade, so kind of boosts your Haki. Because what color, Carl, do things turn when you put Haki into them?
Red.
And black. Remember, what's that guy's name? Virgo? The guy who we always forget for some reason, even though he's a badass. Fucking.
It's because he got cut in half.
Yeah, that was weird. Whatever. Yeah.
Metal Gear, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
what was the other
actually,
thing?
I had a question for you real quick. Did Trafalgar Law, does he ever use armament Haki?
As far as I've seen,
because I was just thinking about it, because he cut Virgo in half, and Virgo was Haki'd out. So I was curious if his power supersedes Haki.
It's also hard to tell with respect to his powers, and also I've mostly read the comics, and it's hard to tell when a person's using Haki in a sword because it's usually they usually don't draw an aura around it or anything.
Because I don't remember him doing hockey in the sword.
So far he has not.
So I was thinking maybe does his power?
I think his power might supersede hockey,
or at least certain levels of hockey.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have. I mean, Virgo's really, really up there with armor and hockey, but he's not the highest. We know this.
No, yeah. So who do you think would be?
Actually, wait. Could Virgo so you remember how observation hockey is the seeing the future? That's their like special thing for observation. Busoshoku hockey, the hardening hockey armament. They said that the ability to extend it beyond your body, not just with something you're holding or something like an arrow, but like being able to extend it to like the air around you or some shit was supposed to be the next level of it. Could Virgo do that? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think it was just full body.
Alright. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, no. I don't know. I have to defer to Joe on that because he knows stuff.
I'm stupid. I don't know anything.
We can't all be stupid.
Far more than I do.
Can't all be stupid.
What's my name?
What's the name?
Damn. We threw out his name!
SpongeBob.
In One Piece anime, where are you?
All the way caught up.
All right, because
All the
do
way
you
up.
remember in after the fight with Katakuri and Luffy? You remember when he was laying down and Brûlé was like, "Why'd you stand up and then fall?" Blah blah blah, and he was having his
he
flashback.
was gonna fall forward, and then she's like, "No," and then he fell back on his back.
Well, he did fall forward, then he fell back.
Yeah,
I thought he was falling forward, and then she
he
fell back.
He fell forward, and then he stood up and was like, Luffy, blah 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 blah. Then
oh yeah, well I remember that part.
Yeah,
I thought
then that's when he collapsed because it was there. So
I need to watch it instead of fucking reading it.
What's your
my question was Katakuri the youngest person shown to actively use haki? Because you remember his flashback after Brûlé got injured. Remember he went after those dudes and he was like, "Oh!" And you can see the energy sparking off of him. And I think that was before he had his double fruit.
Was that hockey? That was confirmed to be hockey, or was that just like I'm scared as fuck?
Well, it was coming off. It was coming off
demon
of him.
child.
Like how the hockey does when when like Luffy and Doflamingo were fighting.
I haven't seen the.
I'm saying, but like
cartoon.
did they show like whenever they clash, you can see the hockey in the
like
manga.
a wave of shit coming out, kind of
That happened to Katakuri when he was a little kid after Brûlé got hurt and he went after him.
I'm trying to think.
So I'm curious if that was like the earliest activation of hockey.
How old was he? Do they know?
He had to have been under like 12.
Child age.
He was tiny.
No, Momonosuke I think would be the youngest one for that.
Yeah, because Momonosuke is like 8, 10.
He's
to actively activate it?
Frickin' what's her name? Brûlé was 8 in that flashback, and I think Katakuri
is older.
Yeah,
he's
so
older.
he would have been like, he's definitely older. So he would have been like 10, maybe in his teens.
Yeah,
Maybe
10, 12.
Yeah.
When does Momonosuke actively activate haki?
Well, you see him do that on Zhou or whatever. Him being able to use, I think it's Conqueror's hockey that he's actually able to use.
He does have Conqueror's hockey,
and that's how he's able to control Zunisha.
And I can't remember who I had the conversation with, but you can't train. You can train Haoshoku haki. You can't train to get it.
Yeah,
you have to be. That's something you have to be born with. Or well, I guess if you
in the USA,
if you train or if you change who you are on a fundamental level and start exhibiting whatever's of a king, I guess maybe you could. I don't.
King hockey. Let's go.
Fucking. Let's not. Actually, that would be great for Usopp because he would never have to fight anybody.
I have a question that I want the opinions of CJ and Devon.
Oh damn!
You can't mention this one because it's another argument that we had. So when it comes to Avatar: The Last Airbender,
okay,
and Korra,
do
you think?
No, the Dark Avatar is a dumb idea. You're dumb for thinking.
First of all, we agree on the fact that was the dumbest fucking thing that they could have done.
That was really stupid.
Dark Hyper Beam, blah.
Shadow Lugia.
How is it a dark solar beam? It's sunlight.
With how they've made lightning bending and metal bending and all this stuff just kind of like everybody can do this basically now. How do you feel about that? Because I got really pissed.
I was there. I was there when we talked about that.
I was really pissed at the fact that they just kind of made it just a willy-nilly thing.
Because remember I was asking you what was the higher level of bending for that
That was
thing?
the first conversation we had. He's talking about another one that we had the other night. And he's upset because I can't remember what I said. I don't know.
I mean, when it comes to like the bending, they like didn't they like teach them over the year, like over the course of time, like how to actually use the
like
bending?
80 years, yeah.
It's
my thing with it was that it like bashing your head up against the wall to learn how to do it or learn that it's possible is the thing that's hard as fuck. Teaching it is easier than inventing it.
But lightning was done dumb long ago before that, though.
Joe, the simple fact that Iroh knows lightning, Iroh's an amazing teacher. Are you doubting Iroh?
Iroh didn't teach anybody because after that whole thing, he said,
"Do we know that?
I'm going to the spirit world."
Do we know that?
Yes, because that's where he was.
That's where he
Korra.
was. He freaking died at some point. Who says?
No, he didn't.
That he didn't
He
teach
didn't
somebody.
die. He didn't die. He willingly went to the spirit.
Yeah, he
world.
like ascended.
Yeah.
Iroh really is like
I'm an
the greatest
ascended being.
motherfucker. Like,
Wouldn't that still
y'all.
wouldn't that still count as death? That's just like a Master Oogway and
Why you gotta bring that up? Why you gotta bring that up?
Rose petals, come take me home
I'm
to the
just-
place where I belong.
I'm just saying.
West
I'm just saying.
Virginia, all up in ya.
But no, because lightning has been something that's been around for dumb long.
Yeah,
Even in Avatar: Last Airbender, it's been done for fucking eons.
yeah.
So are
Because
you
fucking
saying?
Sozin knew how to do it. That was 100 fucking years before. Well, I mean, it's 12 years before Aang, I guess. But.
Wow. So with that, now all of a sudden we'll say 80 years, whatever. It wasn't 80 years, but yeah.
It was just about because 76. Aang lived to be 76. He was already 12, but then Korra was 16 by the beginning of that show. So add 4 years to the 76.
We're now gonna talk about how Korra could do 3 of the 4
As
day
a
one.
baby. It's
But
like, oh,
it
we're
was-
supposed to train
I'm
for
surprised-
this.
no,
I'm surprised
no,
we're not talking
no.
about the airbenders that are
No,
leaving
no,
their
no.
children just everywhere.
Because there are a bunch of other thoughts. But no. It was even before that.
That's how the
It was
Sith were born.
before the whole 80 years thing. Because even when when Republic City got made and all that stuff, everyone's fucking doing it. You see the fact that there's
Oh yeah,
they
in the
have that.
flashbacks.
So even before the whole 80 years, now everyone is like, I can be a
Oh, yeah,
metal
those
bender.
flashbacks,
I can
Aang
do
was
lightning bending.
40, so
So like 30 years later, you have a bunch of these motherfuckers that's able to do this. Bullshit.
talk to
Before
great
this
teachers.
was just a hard thing to do, and you had to have like a certain. If you don't have the right bit of chlorians count, you can't do this.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you brought
If
up the
you don't-
Jedi leaving their kids. so the Sith
I didn't say
came up.
Jedi. I said airbenders.
if you
Not the same.
don't have the proper S cells, you can't go Super Saiyan.
You brought both of them up in the same conversation. Both of the things that destroyed their franchises. Do you want to go there, Joe? Because I want Airbender to keep going. I want more shit from them. Don't ruin it.
I mean,
goddamn.
M. Night's coming
Hold
out
on.
with another movie.
If they
though.
say blood stuff,
Is it M.
I was
Night
gonna
coming
say.
out with another
I was
movie?
gonna say the only person that could actually ruin Avatar is fucking M. Night.
He's getting another movie. Unless they
really?
did
'Cause
they go back on
whoever
it?
made that second fucking season of Korra with the dark fucking Avatar.
For whatever fucking reason,
Push them out.
they did say, yeah, M. Night can make another one. I don't know why. No one's gonna go fucking see it.
Who-
But the same studio, whoever, I don't even know who fucking.
Like
But
Nickelodeon
Netflix,
Studios? I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
But
Netflix,
Netflix is doing a whole live action show, and it's the original people from Avatar: Last Airbender. It's
We've
all
talked
of them
about this
that's
almost
coming in
every
to do
podcast.
this.
Yes.
It's still
gonna be
hilarious to me how people who didn't know anything about Avatar: Last Airbender, when M. Night Shyamalan made his thing, they were like, "Oh wow, this is amazing!"
My mom said that.
And then
She
they
showed a
actually
bunch
like
of kids
saw
and
the
she was
source
like, "This
material
is
and they were
good."
like, "Ugh."
My mom was like,
great.
"Wow, that was very interesting." This I
While
learned.
us like just Avatar fans are just like, that movie gave us cancer.
Cancer.
I didn't see it in theater, so I didn't directly get cancer.
I didn't see it in theaters either.
But do you think that is a all right to do, or do you think it's just bad storytelling? Because for me, I didn't like the fact that I would be okay if there were like 10 to 20 people who were able to metal bend. I'm alright with that. But to have an entire fucking city of them all of a sudden,
you also have a thing
lightning
of,
bending, and you have like a fuck ton of them.
That's how they power the city.
You also have the thing of
I'm not okay
population boom. And when you have a population boom that is that big, that is consistent with the beginnings of cities and people not dying as much and this, that, and third. Also the weird spiritual bullshit of the melding of 4 different nations of people. Who knows what the fuck happens?
But it wasn't a boom. It wasn't a booming population though.
Bolin's mom. It's a city. Of course, it's a booming population. It's the first big city like that.
The Fire Nation.
That is an advanced city.
The white people had the most advanced city and the whole thing back in Avatar.
They had like fucking sludge and all this other shit.
They had air blimps and
crap. They were dying. Yeah, the rich people had those.
Yeah, the white people.
The richest of the white people.
You didn't see him come down to pick up each other?
Clicking in the background, and I was like, we talking about white people. We turn around, I was like, there's one.
Hey guys.
Well, is it okay if I extend this question?
Sure, yeah. As long as if he's gonna answer, he needs to be here.
I'll answer. What up?
You have to come hither.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Portal.
So did you hear what the question was for me?
No.
So for me, when it comes down to Korra, I didn't agree with them kind of making the extremely hard bendings like the lightning and metal bending kind of for everyone. Like there's too many people that's able to do it out of nowhere for my honest opinion.
Argument was the spiritual bullshit that happens when you combine the 4 elements in one place and you have just the massive amounts of fucking that have been happening for the 40 years, and you have people like Bolin's parents who are like firebending and earthbending descent, having in one generation a firebender, an earthbender. This is stuff that they've never had to deal with in their world, and it's creating people who they're stronger.
And it totally did create like new breeds of benders too. I mean, because if you look at Bolin's technically like at the end of it, he's a lava bender, which is something that had never been seen before.
It has what's an avatar back in.
Who in Avatar?
That was an Avatar.
I don't remember.
We can't talk about avatars because they can do weird bullshit.
Well, no.
I do agree with the avatars are different. Like we have seen like that Roku and Aang like have been like lava before, but again, that's in like the Avatar state.
Specifically, the Avatar he's talking about is an Avatar who was just displaying. It was one of those scenes where they were just like, oh, we're talking about all the different kinds of bending that like. So they went through a different Avatar for each. They were bending their like home element, I guess you could say, and they were just showing like extreme versions of them bending out of the Avatar state. And there was a firebender who bent lava.
Was he in the Avatar state?
I believe he wasn't, but that glow is tiny as fuck,
and
his
that's
eyes
the whole thing. And
so
most
far
of the
away.
time
I don't know.
I don't. They were showing the avatars. I don't think they were in the Avatar state. That was what they were able to do. But
yeah, I said they were out of the Avatar state, bending their home element.
I mean,
in
when
extreme versions, but it was a firebender bending lava, so they're like.
When Kyoshi created Kyoshi Island, I mean, like when she was fighting that Emperor Shin, she literally like you see her eyes like glow for a split second, and then she literally rose up. She broke the continent and then rose lava up.
I can't remember.
Like Kyoshi literally rose lava up from underneath the ocean to split the continent, and then she pushed it away.
Yep, airbending. Fans.
She's one of my favorite avatars, but she's awesome.
Fucking beast.
With big ass feet.
To be like fucking 400 or something,
right?
Yeah, she was the oldest living avatar.
Wow. Can we not ruin my favorite things, please?
I feel like that just makes her better.
But I don't think.
Don't you fucking dare! I thought you were about to do something blasphemous.
Because you even see it in there where they're saying only certain people are capable of doing metal bend, which is why Bolin wasn't able to do it. So if you're still saying you have
destined for greater things,
I'm not. Listen, Bolin is like that's. What's up, Bolin? I know you animated.
What's up, Tuk Tuk?
Yeah.
You know what buff talk?
It's so racist.
Yay.
When you look at like my whole thing, like to answer your question, when Aang created Republic City and like brought the nations together, you know what I mean? You had Katara, you had like pretty much his entire group that were, you know, all in one place for a short while. I mean, excluding Zuko because he was, you know, the Fire Lord. But Zuko still, like, introduced lightning bending as, like, a more prominent thing. Like, and he taught, like, more people how to actually lightning bend. It wasn't something that was, like, you know, just, like...
himself can't do that.
Also, I told
yes,
him
he
that
can. Zuko can lightning bend. By the end of Avatar, he was able to. And he was also able to redirect it, which was something that, you know, was which is very, very hard, yeah.
My biggest thing was just that I'm like, you're ignoring the fact that Iroh existed after the Avatar story, and he's an amazing fucking teacher. He could have been teaching people like, hey kid on the side of he left
little boy
to walk away and just spread lightning bending to the fucking
little
world.
boy.
Yes, hey little boy, would you like to learn lightning bending? Mm-hmm.
And then you've got you've got Toph, who literally lived in Republic City until she got old. And she herself created metal bending, and then she taught that
I thought she was middle-aged, and then it was like, I'm out this bitch.
Well, I mean, her kids were grown, so maybe, I mean, we don't know how. It was after her kids left, or after she probably kicked him out, knowing Todd.
Fuck these goddamn kids.
Get a job! But, I mean...
I'm gonna do is sit on my couch.
Why do I feel like Toph is like a southern black mom?
Because she is.
Because she is?
But, she created metal bending, and then the fact that she created a school for metal bending, and then her daughters taught other people how to metal bend.
Who were capable of doing said things.
Well, that's
a lot of times you don't
the
know
whole
anyone's
premise.
capable of it. If the thing didn't exist before, how does anyone know they're capable of it?
And metal bending, for one, I agree with you on lightning bending. Metal bending is a little bit, I give more leeway on because Republic City takes place on the outskirts of the Earth Kingdom. A majority of their population are Earth Nation, like, you know.
I can yield on metal bending purely because of lava bending. And that's...
Why? Because another cool thing that you can't really teach him.
No, because of how Boomy said it.
Mm. Yeah.
And I will give Boomy the credit for discovering metal bending. I don't care what anyone fucking says. Fight me.
He was the first person who was enlightened enough to know it was possible.
I don't remember
theorize that it was
ever metal bending.
He wasn't metal bending, but while Toph was
when
doing
he was
the thing in the cage, he was talking about. Or no, that was Guru Patik.
No, that was Guru Patik. Because it was when Aang was training.
Even
he was
metal.
he was like, even metal is just a pure form of earth.
Wow, yours was way worse. Thank you, Jeremy.
Wow.
Well, Boomy also. I love Boomy. Boomy's always going to get credit.
Boomy did say something along
because he was. That's the reason.
There was a throwaway line where they just said it. Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff he was saying to Aang to make sure he found the right teacher.
Listens and waits, bitch.
Who listens and waits? A blind person.
That fucked. It would be funny if he actually said that. I was like, you need to find a blind bitch. Teach you how to fucking earthbend.
And then Daredevil
that
shows
bitch knows.
That's great.
An angel walks in the door.
I'm Matt Murdock, the first.
I mean, but, yeah. When it comes to lightning bending, I do agree with you on that, though. For the simple fact of lightning bending is supposed to be a pure form of fire bending. You're supposed to be of like sound mind, sound resolution, and like heart and stuff like that to be able to lightning bend.
If it was blue flames, I would yield. I would yield.
See, I'm sorry. If I saw anybody else with blue flames, I'd be like, oh fuck you, you're not crazy. You shouldn't have blue flames. You need to be A-grade psycho.
My only thing is, how many people in the Western world are enlightened because we started taking yoga classes and all that kind of shit? That shit is available in Republic City.
Wait, so
and you got more niggas who are enlightened now as ever. They woke.
Are lightning benders vegan?
They might be. I don't know.
That's the secret.
Yo, if you're a firebender and you're a vegan,
that's the fucking secret, then what is even the point of having that power if you have to ruin your light skin?
Oh my god.
If you're not cooking bacon with your firebending, fuck you. That's all I have to say about that. But when it comes down to it, like I meant to say that last time we had an argument because I did remember, lava bending was a thing. I still don't agree that earthbending should be able to do it, but whatever.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Have your fun shit. But he agreed with both of us though, so it was kind of still indecisive.
Wait, did you say whatever? Have your friendship.
Why are you at me right now?
Just put that on the gift card.
How am I get at me?
Your goddamn friendship.
I got
Happy
some
Father's Day.
got some good ideas. Call me. I'm like Top Habitford up in this bitch.
Dude, we gotta let JT know.
Like deeds. Making the cards. No. Okay.
No.
Dude, do I look like I have a fucking demon foot? All right.
Your foot looks entirely black right now.
Cause I'm wearing socks. All right. Don't at me like that. Cause you have a darker foot than I do. And it's not because you're dark skinned and I'm white.
Maybe that's how Sanji's foot really looks. That's why they call him Blackfoot. Because they know the truth.
We've never seen him without his shoes, have we?
Damn.
That's
why Nami won't do it.
She doesn't know.
Nami probably saw him naked, like, that foot, no.
I feel bad because we've been dragged back into talking about One Piece, which is a thing that Devon knows nothing about.
You see,
he's just been sitting there like biting his nails.
I want
biding his time
to watch it.
Wow.
He won't watch it with me.
So you're gonna waterboard him into watching it?
Yes, I'm a waterboarder.
Tub of One Piece.
So that's gonna be a
do it.
That's
do it.
That's
do it.
Can you breathe? No, do it.
Like that's a shit ton of like episodes. That
pull out his fucking head.
You can binge watch a lot of things.
You pull out his head. Name the Shichibu guy. He's like, Kuma. Yeah. Dawn Creek.
Wait, so now I'm Lois and he's Chris?
Wow. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm
not really here alone. And
we're not gonna do that. We're not talking about existential dread. We're talking about the podcast. Damn it. That guy is so fucking weird.
It's called Brother Sister.
Oh yeah, what's it about?
It's about a brother and a sister.
A sister. And what do they do?
Are they like a crime?
It's like rain.
Wow.
Fuck that song. It's not a free ride. Oh, I had one more question about One Piece, real quick. Perona, will her powers work on Mihawk? She's never used them against him, but would they work?
No.
See, the thing is, he's not wrong.
Probably.
I was just saying no. Just saying no.
Satan powers.
I'm gonna need you to not be at me though.
You've been at me the whole time though
Lies
with your
and
afro.
slander.
You're ruining his bottom line. For real though, your grandfather is the devil. I might be the devil, but your grandfather is no devil. Nah.
Satan. Yeah, you're Satan.
Bunch of weird, creepy shit. You pop out of nowhere. No.
Literally Satan.
I keep saying that now because of that teacher.
Sounds like Bedel's or
you know my name already. That's disarming.
No, Pan's granddad.
I can't believe the voice actor for that guy died. The Japanese voice actor. I was like, oh.
Rest in peace. Oh, I'm gonna die.
It's kind of weird how like most of the podcasts we end up like at some point someone gets mentioned like about like being like dead, like dying. Like it's always get brought up like, oh, that person passed away.
Because a lot of people, I don't know what it's because of the aging.
It's because they're all old and they were trying to keep us happy throughout our childhood, which they did. They did a wonderful, magnificent job.
All the mangaka you love are like 40 up and up. It's like, damn. Speaking of, if we're just talking about like stuff like that, be careful if you're in Ohio. There's a serial killer. I don't know what's fucking going on out there. I don't know. Beware of all the white people you know. Just be careful.
Babe, you see, Ohio,
the worst thing is I was gonna say Jeremy too. That's one of my go-to white names that I just throw out there.
Gotta say Seth.
It's because I knew a Jeremy. There's another Jeremy from back home that like he's not cool like you. Fucking Jared is another one too, or like Timothy
from Subway.
We don't talk about it. I had a weird dream about Subway. I'm like, ew.
I was going to say about
Subway?
him, I'm like, whoa.
Why am I eating Subway?
I'll be like, bro, I don't know if you want to admit that.
No, I had a weird dream where I was walking around. I'm like, hey, I'll go to a Subway. I was like, oh, this is a fucking dream. Why the fuck would I be in a Subway?
Oh, you saw a red ball bouncing through?
I don't think that's my tell. My tell is a Hispanic women.
Oh, this is easily a dream. This will never happen.
It's like, run around topless.
Am I in Brazil? This is a dream.
I mean, that's where we're from. Brazil.
This is Brazil.
Gotta go to Carnival.
So speaking of Brazil, I did not know that the bitch The Rock Johnson
You sure you want to go down this path?
And
you sure you want him to come to Wichita Falls and fuck you up?
He ain't about that life. He can't even take on Kevin Hart, and he's 2 feet tall.
Wow.
Kevin Hart, you're awesome.
Wow.
But him and Vin Diesel don't like each other. I did not know that they were like beefing with each other.
You didn't know about that?
No.
It's over the Hobbs movie.
I didn't know that at all.
Because them making a Hobbs movie means that they have to wait to make another Fantastic Four movie, or Fantastic Four. It's just
I heard there's some news about that.
But like they have to wait to make another Fast and Furious movie, and that kind of hurts everybody's pockets.
But Vin Diesel is rich as hell. Does he really need all that money?
I mean, Tyrese definitely needs it.
I'm on his side. Don't get me wrong.
You're on Vin Diesel's side.
Yes, wholeheartedly.
I didn't really pick a side because the argument's stupid. So
well, what did it start on? I don't know anything about this. I'm ignorant.
It's literally just that from what I saw, because I don't really follow it, but I heard enough about it. It's like literally you're making a Hobbs movie. Why are you making a movie with just yourself and you're not having anybody else in it but you and Jason Statham? The fuck? We're a family.
There's a bunch of Samoans in it.
But none of them are original Fast and Furious cast, and that's probably like the biggest problem because it's like you're making an offshoot. You're fucking with our money because you this, that, and third. And then there was like I think it was some disrespect shit. I don't know. Probably some macho shit. Who cares?
But so were they shooting
leaving the crew
that movie while doing the last Fast and Furious? Because apparently this was going on during that.
I don't know. Okay. I don't see how it could be because Hobbs and Shaw were both in that movie.
Oh yeah, but see, they were saying that there was a lot of beef going on. That's why the end scene you see him not really looking his way at all or anything like that, and there was just kind of a lot of.
Who wasn't looking whose way?
Vin Diesel or Dwayne.
I mean, we already know why The Rock wasn't looking anybody's way. He's blinded by all the fucking like baby gel that he's got all over himself. But
had the big boy.
Had that big ass word. Ludacris. Shout out to Ludacris for like that entirely real, that very real reaction.
That great spit
where he spit all over the food on the table. It was great. Nah, yeah. It's just a dumb argument amongst rich people. You're fucking with my money.
I mean, but Tyrese has money, though.
Tyrese ain't. Do we want to go into that? Because I don't. We already talked about how he's got a Benihana's in his fucking backyard that he doesn't want to sell or open to other people just because, you know.
Wait, you seriously?
We talked about this on the podcast before. Carl brought it up.
I kind of thought that was like joking.
Dead ass.
He has like a
Starbucks and a
community-esque like setup, like a strip mall type setup.
And yet this nigga is crying on Instagram. What more do you want from me?
Now, I don't know if he still has that stuff, but at one point he did have that stuff.
Bro, what?
Because apparently child support or something. I don't fucking know.
So if you have child support, you don't need all this stuff then, man. Live within your means, people.
But
he's balling.
Cons though, I try to live in my means, but then it's like, hey, we got a con. I gotta see Power
Rangers. That fucking Asian lady that comes through with all the cool shit that I have to fucking argue with.
Like,
I thought you were going to talk about the Spectrum lady.
The Spectrum lady.
Would you like the Cyndaquil? $25. Would you like this Sylveon?
This shit's not $25, and she just started yelling at me in Japanese, and I'm sitting there like, or Chinese or whatever, and then I'm sitting there fucking, sitting there yelling back in Geechee like, I don't know, I don't speak Geechee, but anyway,
gotta yell at her in Boomhauer.
That'll confuse the fuck out of her.
I remember this dude I know. This dude I know was speaking Spanish in Boomhauer. It was hilarious.
Word. How does your mouth even ascend to that level?
Well, I mean,
and it started sounding like Vietnamese.
10th level world.
It's either Colombians or no, anyone who just speaks Portuguese. They talk like they're in the middle of a race. It's just getting out there as quick as possible.
Shit. That's fucking great.
It's either Spaniards or Brazilians that do that.
Oh, has anybody else seen any more E3 games? Anyone ever seen anything that's good?
I actually watched like a video earlier.
Thing or whatever.
It was like a quick preview of some of the games coming out.
The new
like with E3.
Silent Hill.
There's a new Silent Hill.
I'm most excited for.
I mean, I'm kind of pissed with the people who make Silent Hill, right? Because I was gonna get Silent Hill for PlayStation, like for PS4. That was literally my sole purpose for getting a PS4 was so I can get and play Silent Hill.
Not to play their exclusives, like God of War.
And it got canceled. So it's like,
sucks.
yeah.
I know your pain.
The one that had PT for the trailer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because they were like
stupid.
almost. Yeah, that's what.
I wanted that game.
I'm about to say, I'm like,
Isn't that the one where the baby runs out and hits the wall?
No, that's I actually have that game on my Xbox One.
Because that shit's ridiculous.
I know your pain.
It's not an actual baby. It's a doll. The doll was just like walk right into the. I literally backed up, did it again. You just see it like ding, fall over, back up, do it again, ding, ding.
I know your pain. They were gonna come out with the game Xbox One called Scalebound, and they
Yeah.
canceled that. And I was like, you just lost an Xbox One.
But see, they said they're going to do it again.
See, the thing
and then
is,
it got canceled again.
The thing is, they said.
So do you trust them?
They said they were going to resurrect a canceled title, and everyone thought it was going to be Scalebound. They never confirmed or denied whether it was going to be Scalebound or not. Because people were saying it would be cool, but because it was made from the ground up on Xbox One, it would be tricky to just pull it over. They'd probably have to rebuild it from scratch.
I remember
again.
the guys talking about that because they were saying people didn't know. They were speculating on what game it could be.
Yeah, because they just said they were going to resurrect a game.
So why can't we have our own Xbox exclusives just like PS has? They're PS.
Because
got
they're
canceled.
like, fuck Bill
It
Gates.
literally got canceled.
Because they don't like Bill Gates.
Because Scalebound was going to be an Xbox One exclusive. It was going to be How to Train a Dragon on steroids. It was going to be wonderful because you could have different classes of dragons. You could color them and paint them and armor and powers. And it was going to be
That's
wonderful.
why JRPGs.
Platinum Games. Do it.
Not really on
Do
the
it.
Xbox.
Do it.
I knew it.
Oh, no.
Especially because the bosses are supposed to be like freaking Devil May Cry-esque super giant monsters. And I'm like, that's wonderful.
Oh, Joe, you showed me a thing, that Blair Witch game.
Wait, there's a Blair Witch game?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're doing. It's so.
Just stared at me for a second like I was speaking in fucking German or some shit.
You were talking me in this witch talk.
She's a witch.
Cracking a Scheitmeyer.
Crown in a bubble, dog.
Hold on. She came down in the bubble, Doug. Wearing the crown.
Fucking Pompadour was like his hair was. I can't.
Grow up, bro. Grow up. You gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
That shit was great.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go ahead and YouTube's grown men arguing about. Good God.
Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz. I'll clean about to say the stage play Wicked or musical.
Motherfucker went up for a layup and the ball just fell out. He's just sitting there like, I got it.
It was like, not Wicked. That's literally what was going in my head the whole time. Don't say Wicked because you're going to sound stupid.
Oh, one more bit of news about Dwayne. They're talking about putting him in Fantastic Four as, that's why that happened. Talk about putting him in as Fantastic Four. Can you guess who?
You mad or not?
Ben Grimm.
Oh, Grimm. There's been a
No.
lot of
No, don't break any of my shit.
There's been a lot of talk about the next phase.
Actually, that's Devon's. He bought that.
They're talking about Keanu Reeves might be in it.
Interesting.
Yep. No one knows who or what or anything.
Nigga, really? Don't touch that.
You stole this from Emily Hickey?
Maybe.
I say maybe she threw it out.
She didn't throw
Maybe
this out.
he earned it.
You see this? This is like Andy signing his toys
He gave his toys away.
to a nice young girl. With the dinosaur who's being a thought online.
Those
Better
toys
hope his
that
mom's
abused.
toys don't get mixed
Can
up
we
with
talk about that? How a dinosaur was catfishing somebody online?
that. Are we really gonna? Why are they making a fourth one? I thought the ending for the third. I haven't seen the ending for the third one, but I thought it was definitive and done. Like it was.
Well,
I thought they were
it's
done.
starting all over again. It's a whole new world. I
I half expected Jeremy to just like stick his head in and be like, "Don't you dare close your." I was gonna be like, "Fucking get this." Oh, god damn it!
Oh, that could be it.
It's good though.
Brand new podcast. A whole new week.
Disney's gonna sue the fuck out of us. Will you stop?
Disney can suck.
Fuck it, I'll do it. Disney can suck my dick. These pee-pee legs. I'm done. Alright, no more of that. No more of that. Fucking, speaking of Disney.
Don't sue us because we have no money.
When are they going to acquire the X-Men? Dark Phoenix is a movie that I guess I have to see. I don't feel like they deserve all of my money, which is why we're going tomorrow at the matinee in the fucking morning and only paying them $6. Fuck them. They don't deserve $11.
Isn't it like 12 now?
12, 13, I don't fucking know.
I thought it was 11.
Oh, is it 11?
I guess it depends where you go, because where we go, it's usually like 11. Because it comes out to be 33 when we pay the Pact. We don't talk about the Pact.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you think this movie? You think this movie's gonna be good?
You always have to worry about the game and when you're playing it.
Or rather,
speaking of sequels,
how bad do you think this movie's gonna be? How quickly do you think I'm gonna fall asleep or laugh?
It's like the one thing about Dark Phoenix is it's like I like and also don't like the person playing Dark Phoenix.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Leave Sansa alone.
That's exactly why. It's because it's Sansa. Like I like her, but I don't like her.
Here's my thing though. With this bullshit, they are wasting decent actors. Sophie Turner would be perfect if it wasn't for the fact that the story is probably not great and this, that, and the third. If the MCU was doing this and using her,
I kind of feel like they're purposely taking some of these movies so they don't have to keep doing them. To be honest,
I thought they already got the rights. They just because the projects are already in the middle of
they
stuff.
were already pretty much done with production, so they don't own.
Well,
and also that's the stuff that they have now with that. I think doesn't go under. I'm not sure. I think the new movie might be under 21st Century Fox and not 20th Century because they bought 20th Century. Because Fox acquired the X-Men in the 90s back when it was 20th Century Fox, so they acquired that. I don't think they can touch the revenue, even the revenue for these new movies, aside from whatever deal that they had before. Because the comic book bust people happened in the 90s. They started selling shit to stay afloat, and they're just now trying to get it back.
It wasn't selling; they were like loaning. And their contracts say like you have to make one like every year in order to keep them. Otherwise, we take them back.
Every so often. I think it's like a
with X-Men, it was
4,
like
possibly 5.
It was like they had to do something with them every year.
Same thing with Fantastic Four. That was what that 2015 movie with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller. That's what that movie was about. That was garbage.
Yep.
They made it just to throw it out.
Yep.
Just to say they could keep the fucking thing. It's terrible.
It's like if you aren't going to do anything good with it, just don't fucking do it at all. Just
but the money, Joe. And then they said, wait. The worst thing is that they tried to say Days of Future Past. That was great. Yeah, we made a lot of money off of that. It's like, yeah, you made a buttload of money off of the greatest fucking X-Men story of all fucking time. Of course you changed it ever so slightly. Of course you made money off of that. It's one of the 2 greatest stories that they've ever done. You know what the other greatest story is? Dark Phoenix. They're gonna make money.
But I don't think...
What did you say was the first greatest?
Days of Future Past, arguably, just in terms of comic book sales, is fucking ridiculous.
I would argue that the Onslaught comics were like way
Onslaught
more
was pretty
popular.
good. Onslaught was pretty good.
Onslaught had everybody.
Onslaught was like in the whole Marvel universe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just like a
thing
that was just exclusively X-Men.
I think Days of Future Past did outdo it.
I think it outdid it.
Hold on. Quick question. Would you like a chair to sit down and join us?
Yeah, I have like an hour left.
You can sit right there.
I don't want to break the chair.
Yeah, because I have a fat person sitting on it.
I was more talking about me.
Here. You can take that.
I mean, I can stand. This is like...
Sit down!
With authority.
All angry
That's
and
actually
shit.
pretty good.
I really like this one.
Monster... What's that thing?
It's the...
Paradise?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's really good. Do you want to try some?
No, I'm good.
I'll
try to stay away from it.
The things I've seen for Dark Phoenix so far, the one thing that makes me actually really excited about it, because I wasn't a fan of the original X-Men movies. Well, for one, I didn't really like the original Jean Grey actress. I didn't think that she was... I mean, she's cool and all. I didn't think she was pretty enough, because Jean Grey is supposed to be, like, hot as fuck. But
I see what you did there.
But what they're doing with Sophie Turner, at least in the previews and the synopsis, it seems like she does have her dormant like abilities like we've seen in the other movies.
Yeah.
But in this one, at least what we've seen is that. Are you okay?
Is there a supervillain in the house?
I mean,
well, there's no camera. It's just a microphone. Okay, I was offering. Back to Marriage One, you go.
It's just a microphone. But
it
seems like in the beginning of the movie, from the preview and the synopsis that I've read, that that they do encounter some like alien force while they're in like the atmosphere, which I would like that more because the original story is Jean Grey and the Phoenix are two separate entities.
Yeah.
Like they obviously can't do the original story for the Phoenix because that would be like a 3-movie endeavor just to get to the Phoenix.
You'd have to go into you're delving into like the history of the Marvel universe.
Exactly, because you're gonna have to go with that alien chick that Professor Xavier's in love with. You're gonna have to dive into like some of the Infinity Stones, like crazy stuff. Because the Phoenix originally guarded
summer affair with Odin back in the day.
Yeah, I mean that was one of my biggest issues was that the Phoenix guarded one of the Infinity Stones, and they couldn't tie that into Endgame because they didn't have the rights to X-Men or anything like that.
Yeah,
but it was like, why didn't you wait? Like, they have them back now, so they could have literally, like, pushed Endgame back a little bit just to make it, like, more accurate.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't like what they did with Doctor Strange with his Time Infinity Stone. I thought that was, like, really weird.
Because he needs Agamotto to do all the cool stuff, but it's like, hey, it's an Infinity Stone.
They didn't link it to that, so, yeah. I thought it was weird.
And it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a concentrated source of all of OG's
Isn't it
powers.
Like it's like his souls. Basically.
Yeah,
it's passed down like through the generations.
Yeah, because other people are on his level, so it's like, yo, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this. Try to get on my level. I know you can't.
Steroids, here, take it.
Word.
But yeah, with the Phoenix and stuff like that, that's really, if they're gonna make it like an alien life form that like she kind of melds with, and that kind of like forces her own latent powers to explode.
The old thing they did was stupid, where it's just coming out of her. It's
when they were like, oh, Professor
what?
Xavier just thought she was so strong he had to seal it away. I was like, for one, he never would have been able to do that. Like in the original comics, he tried to do that to Jean when she came back as the Dark Phoenix.
Like fucking everybody.
Yeah, but like when she came back like from outer space as the Dark Phoenix, and he like tried to go in her mind and suppress the Phoenix inside of her, and it like fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like
Matthew Malloy.
He did it to Matthew Malloy too.
No, I'm asking the dude.
I mean, it sounds familiar. Who is he though?
He's that's not in the main universe though. That's like a Marvel What If, isn't that?
I think
no, because that's the reason why.
Because everyone.
Is he from Cable's
That's
universe?
the reason why Cyclops killed Xavier.
Oh yeah, you're right. That did happen. Okay, yeah. Because he's like, I can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah, because how dare you do this
to another person?
Yeah.
Which arguably, I'm like, you're basically Mal Malloy is this dude he's a reality warper on. He can't create. I don't think. I think he can just warp. Can he create? I don't know. He's dumb strong though.
I think he's just like pure destruction. Right?
And he can't control it at all.
Actually, I do remember him because he was pretty much like an atom bomb. Like his power built up over time, and then it literally exploded out of him like an explosive.
It was seeping out because he had the memory. It was like a dam.
Okay. Well, it wasn't that because he can always do that at that scale. He was even as a child. He was do that.
Well, that's how Xavier found him.
Yeah, because it was just this one kid in an area where there were nobody.
He was wearing freaking what's his name, and then he's just like, oh shit, I just had a stroke. What the fuck just happened? It's like, yeah, that kid just came online.
Do you think if you have him and Phoenix going at it, and the world somehow didn't just
because that's.
You're talking about levels of power that are could decimate a planet. There'd be well beyond a
galaxy. I think they're galaxy busters if those two are going up.
Technically
slapping them cheeks.
Which version of the Phoenix are you talking about?
Because depending on how much, which version, it's depending on how much energy it has or whatever.
Yeah, because
if you're talking about main 616 Jean Grey, who like on paper has used the most of it.
The Phoenix Force.
Yeah, she has the majority. Like, there's the Phoenix. You know what they're called? The Multiversal Council of them.
I don't know what their actual name is, but I know what you're talking about.
She's the one who, out of all of them, who has the most of it. She's the fabled child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're talking about
wears
her,
the white with the gold bird on her chest.
Yeah. If you're talking about her, she is She is an omniversal entity. There's only one Phoenix Force, and it's sharing power with all these people throughout the
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to win. It is the sum total of the life energy of all the things that ever have, currently exist, and future exist in one present. I guess the way it exists is weird.
I mean, because I fully believe that Phoenix would have won in any instance dealing with that. No matter
he would get rocked.
In any version of it.
He's an Omega level mutant. He could possibly destroy. He can probably destroy the world. I don't think.
I fully believe
he could probably destroy galaxies.
He's above Apocalypse.
Definitely.
And
we don't know his upper level though, because he got taken out before they got a chance to.
Yeah.
But
from what we've seen, at the fact, and it's just him.
But
it's kind of like Gildart's going through the cities and
breaking everything.
It's worse than Gildart's. He's not touching anything. He's still fucking destroying it.
I love Gildart's.
Gildart's
Whoops,
was that your bar? Oh well.
Oh no, I killed Asta. Natsu. I killed Natsu.
You not lying though. You not lying though. Same. But different.
Gildart's to Yami.
So,
Ooh,
alright.
who would win that battle?
What, Gildart's and Yami?
Yeah.
like Yami from Bleach.
No,
Yami from
Black Clover.
Oh,
I
think
want to give
Gildart's.
it the.
I think
Gildart's?
I'm not gonna lie. I
kinda
think Yami might be able to win it with
He
that
can cut
darkness
space.
magic.
He
He
can cut
literally
space now.
cuts space. Like
He can cut through space.
like he creates black hole slashes. That's what?
I feel like his powers are on a higher scale with what he can do, but I feel like in terms of the power he has,
Wasn't that a different dimension slash? Like a
yes, because
also,
he cut through
Yes.
multiple dimensions. He's Kuwabara.
Yeah.
He's where
He became
Kuwabara should
Kuwabara
be.
in the same way too, because he was like, "Fucking, I'm in a bubble, I'm trapped. Oh no, water, slash, done."
This is where Kuwabara could have been.
Fucking Pompadour.
Love Yukino. I love him.
You did that too well.
I rewatched Yu Hakusho like a couple months ago, and
Same.
him with that girl, and he's like, my
Yes, everyone's
heartstring.
doing it, and you should be doing it too.
I already did
It's
that. Remember, I was the one that
amazing.
started it off.
Doing
Although
what?
on a weird,
Rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho.
although like I was really mad with the whole. I could have done without him being part demon at the end of it. It was so sudden, and it was just thrown in there so hastily. Like why, guys?
They didn't give it time like the manga did.
Yeah, like if you
least
guys want to make him like power up, like go through some other method. Don't why
there's
do
a
this?
thing in the Dark Tournament where they reference it too when they tell Koenma about it.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, when like Yusuke finally awakens, there's the whole thing where they were like there was demon energy that was coming out of him in the Dark Tournament, and they didn't really go into it at the time, which made the sudden emergence of it weird as fuck. It out of nowhere. Remember I showed you Pooh, the fucking bird thing that came out of him. It's like that's Pooh when he turns into a demon.
Yes.
And they didn't explain what the fuck it was. It just happened.
Shadow.
What's up?
So would Asa fuck up anyone from his attribute?
Magic, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes, then they all
Asta
get
would
fucked
rock any of them.
Because he could just
any of them
send it right
Momotos.
back.
What about Sinbad from
No.
Sinbad would
No.
work
No.
Even
Sinbad is a fucking
see, the
monster.
thing is like,
no.
hey, I'm Asta. I can like cut through magic. Sinbad is like, I'm gonna throw a mountain at you.
Also, Sinbad is weird because the way that Sinbad does magic, it's not magic that like I'm firing magic at you.
Yeah.
It's magic that creates shit to do shit.
It's not like concentrated magic, like raw.
It's not magic
or
energies.
anything.
The fire
Yeah.
that he'd be creating is not fire.
Like, honestly, all he would really have to do is just like go into like the little dragon.
That little.
thing
I was
and
thinking
just,
about
like,
that too.
Screech and put him to
Done.
sleep.
Fucking done.
So, what do you think would happen if Asa were to fight like people from like Dragon Ball Z? Like, how do you think that would represent? Like,
He isn't really
You think
magic.
it could,
though.
like-
he is like chakra.
Like,
like-
I mean, yeah, but
World
like, I mean,
energy,
you could
like,
also
whatever it
argue
is.
that like, I mean, you're talking about energy sources from multiple.
I'm-
aliens,
whenever
so
we
it could
talk
just
about-
be, like differentiating.
I'm
names.
sorry, but he would get like destroyed.
Well, I'm
He
not
would.
talking
Like-
raw power. I'm just talking like, do you think that he'd be able?
Whenever
to cut
we
through,
talk
like,
about
a
these
panda?
things, though, you always have to set the biggest problem that people do when they compare characters from different shows and different power systems. The biggest problem they do is they don't like try to do that. Like, how would magic work with Ki? How does
Here's
Asta
the
work?
that's
no.
what
Here's
I was
the
thinking.
thing. Here's the thing, though. I wasn't thinking more so like the magic or anything. I'm thinking like literally raw strength. And
Well, yeah,
speed. So
and like.
knocked in the face.
Well, yeah, I'm just like that wasn't my question because obviously like Goku would like punch his face in like
Bond would
18 different
outspeed
pieces,
Asta.
but
base
Huh?
level?
Bond Meat would outspeed Asta.
My nigga.
See that look like might have to rewatch that.
Bond is a beast. I'm gonna read that.
I gotta read it. I watched it twice. I gotta read it.
It's
like from who?
Get Backers was
the
good.
art.
as
I was like,
fuck.
who from Get Backers isn't a beast? Honestly,
There was a kid named Akabane from Assassination Classroom, and I was just like, "Is that like your dad? Who did Jackal fuck? And also, what the fuck? I don't."
I mean, he did kind of have that laid back.
Who? Akabane?
You keep asking me that
because I feel like it's a bad thing.
Joe just walks in. Who am I?
No, not what you doing. No, it will not happen. I feel like I've become a better person. I'm not that evil.
Oh, that was cute. He said that like he believed it.
Like it hits your soul.
Oh shit! So on the other side of the pond, you have DC, who is fucking up because they have all their stuff on one thing, right? They're starting their own streaming service. They're canceling shit.
Titans was so good though.
Did they cancel that?
No, Titans is premiered for season 2.
All right,
and Starfire actually, I'm sorry, she's amazing, and she's gonna be in her original outfit.
Nice.
It looks sexy as fuck. Oh my god,
They
I can't
fucking
wait.
canceled Swamp Thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they canceled Swamp Thing. I
And
was
they're
gonna
still
say
advertising.
they announced a second half for Outsiders.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, they announced the second half. I don't know what it's going to be. I didn't watch the trailer because I wanted to be a surprise when I watch it. But you see Beast Boy, he's like he about to put in some work. I'm like, oh, get him, Garth.
They just need to be more careful because you're making a streaming service that's like separate from Hulu and all this other shit, and it's like most people are already skeptical about trying to buy that shit.
That's true.
And now you're canceling shit day one.
I mean,
it came out one episode.
I mean, what's worse, to cancel it day one or to let the crap fire just go? Inhumans.
I think with the DC streaming service, I think what they're trying to do is steer away from the live action stuff because it gets such bad ratings. They're trying to like do their own like because the DC network
thing would have been like CG.
Exactly, like most of it like
their animated stuff is really solid. DC's animated stuff.
I love all their animated movies. They're amazing.
Who the fuck knows? They can make up the ratings
because some of them are like dumb popular and they're still canceling it. Like Luke Cage. That was dumb popular.
Well, that's because of
the
that's
DC
because of
network is
separation.
picking.
Or you go now till afterwards.
Well, the DC network is picking up a lot of the shows that were canceled on like Netflix and stuff like that. So the DC and that I think that was one of the reasons that they were canceled is because the DC streaming service was coming out and they want to get a lot of like the whole thing is they're advertising a lot of shows on there. And they're even like they cut you a deal too, like you get like the first like 2 months free. It's like really cool. But
I understand that Disney is doing their thing, trying to have
that's
their own
Disney. Yeah,
everybody's trying to do it. It's fucking ridiculous.
The reason that a lot of the Netflix stuff got canceled is because Disney and Netflix are parting ways, and everyone's freaking out. But also because of all of the deals and stuff that Disney's been doing, they acquired like a chunk of Hulu. So a lot of people are speculating that all the live action stuff is going to end up going on Hulu because Disney owns a portion of Hulu. Now the animated stuff will be on Disney's streaming thing, which means they could do the Netflix
stuff. Are they going to make you buy it though?
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Showtime and HBO, are they going to make you buy it?
I don't know because honestly I don't know because Runaways is still a thing.
Which is so good.
And then I thought they said they were going to do a third.
I haven't heard that it got canceled. I know Gotham is on their last season, and then
I thought it was done.
It's not New Mutants. What's the other thing? Gifted I think is still a thing. Cloak and Dagger just ended like 2 weeks ago.
It ended?
Well, the season ended. I don't know if it ended, but
is Legion still going? Or is
Legion has a third season. They're doing it right now.
Okay.
I think it.
I literally saw a commercial for it like earlier.
Aubrey Plaza looking good.
yeah, you wouldn't know that because of her. Which Aubrey, what's up? What's good? What's happening?
Nah, you can't have that.
What's happening?
I know you claimed like a long time when I was pissed about it, but still, we fighting.
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to say fuck your claim. I'll fight you on this. You have too many. You have a harem right now.
You have a harem? Wait, what?
You already said you told him about Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the 10.
I mean, as long as I can watch, I'm okay.
Y'all are making Tom Holland very uncomfortable. Tom Holland's like, I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to be Spider-Man.
I'm trying to have him live his great life.
I feel like he might be more okay with it than one would think.
You feel like he'll be living his best life with you?
With us.
Oh,
Thank you for
excuse me. What about Chris Hemsworth?
He doesn't like
He's
Chris.
like, yeah.
So Joe, basically, he can babysit while you handle that business.
Oh,
So I think he has like 2-3 kids, Chris Hemsworth. He has a couple kids.
He's got
He's got a couple of kids because
You guys can swap cardigans.
his wife wants him to cheeks clap every night.
Speaking of cardigans,
Oh, good lord.
the other night when I was working, I
we
dead ass
go.
saw out the corner of my eye a flowing cape, a cardigan queen, if you will. And I was like, God damn. Her cardigan's just as mad at me as Joe's. I swear to God, one day we were walking, Joe's cardigan tried to attack me. I'm like, I'm a friend. Get the fuck out of it. Dead ass though. I'm like, we need to find this boy. Your kids will protect the future.
Oh God.
I am buying some more.
You'll have little caped crusaders.
Good God.
The Bat
Each with their
family.
own cardigan.
Can we not call them that? Because I want to die in the alley.
Oh,
You're badass. You're not gonna die in an alley
my pearls.
like a bitch.
I have a request. Can we not talk about please? Thank you.
Gotcha, understandable.
So, okay, back to different forms of, like, energy, though. Like, when it comes to, like, anime and stuff like that. Especially, like, because I was talking to my brother about this the other day, because he like, loves Fairy Tail. It's, like, his favorite anime, you know what I mean? And we were watching...
Asta would murk it.
And we were watching this last season that
sure.
came out. See, it's kind of... I feel like it would honestly depend on the person.
It's very
like,
weird.
if he's going up against Natsu, probably, because Natsu, his fire is made from magic. Someone like Urza, who uses Requip armor, which has, like, natural abilities that are in tune to it, the only magic that's tied to her armor is her pulling it from dimensions.
It's
and
the
like
thing that I was
equipping
talking
it.
about.
Well, what about if he uses the other sword? He can still fight her with the sword, though.
I mean, he could still fight her with his swords, and his sword that absorbs, he could probably absorb some of the natural abilities that have it, but she has a wide variety of armors. Her samurai armor has no extra, like, special attacks or anything like that. It
doesn't boost her, does it? Or
I mean, it pretty much sacrifices all of her defense for attack. Like for cutting attack, but it doesn't. That's more of like
there's
a
no
physical
magical
property.
output.
No,
it's
more
magic
like
boosting as opposed to using magic as a weapon.
Exactly, and that's why Urza is one of my favorite characters in in Fairy Tail. I mean, even against someone like Lucy, like she would her celestial spirits would never have a chance against Asa because her star dress is completely made up of magic. Her zodiac spirits literally are made up and live in a world of magic.
Yeah. It'd be weird with because stellar spirits are weird and magic items are weird, but with Fairy Tail, it's weird because it's almost like that Harry Potter shit where like they're making magic in their bodies and shit. So it's like, is it Ki?
But also not everybody has
magic?
it. Yeah, and
and
that's the whole thing too. That's what I was kind of wondering because Ki is like something that you can train yourself to, and we've seen in Fairy Tail that pretty much anybody if they train themselves, if they train themselves, I mean if Yamcha
and they're not locked to either any kind of magic too. It's just whatever you choose to do.
Exactly,
which is like why doesn't everyone choose to be fucking that one guy? Oh my god, what is his name? He's one of Loxus's people. He's voiced by yes,
Freed, the guy with the green hair.
Yeah, Freed.
Freed is cool.
Why would not choose just be him?
I
the
mean,
most versatile fucking magic that they have.
It is. It's really he really used it well in this last season too.
Dark and creature.
He needs time to
do traps and shit.
And
other shit that he can do, he can just sword.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I think if he's able.
Those traps.
If he has his team, if he has his team and they're doing all this stuff, and he's, I'm about to set this shit up. I need Doctor
that field got traps.
You activated my trap card.
This reminded me of an anime, the evil teacher anime, the magic teacher, and he'd be setting the traps for all the students.
Fucked up. Hey kids, you're gonna learn through pain.
Yeah, they basically were having like a war games type thing, and he was the target for the other class. Like he was setting booby traps and pitfall traps. Whenever they were falling, he would laugh at him and run away. It was great.
I thought there was something in there. It's like,
There was.
okay. All right. Did you eat the root too?
Yeah.
Can you feel its power surging through you?
No.
I want my money back.
And I had 2 of them. What's up?
So, who do you think the traitor is? Now that you're far enough in with my hero, I need your opinion on this.
I think it's Invisible
everybody.
Girl.
I was just gonna say that
nobody sees her do anything.
Her or Naval Dude. navel beam guy.
Honestly, I don't think it could be him.
I just think it's so funny that that's like a huge fan theory. I'm like, why is that? Why do you guys think him? And he's like, ooh,
the
my
belly button bandit.
I think it's a very strong possibility it could be Todoroki.
Jokingly, I think it's a great dude. Like, it's like, yeah, come to my room. They're
I fucking hate that kid.
Yeah,
he's the real one though.
Fuck that
He's
kid.
the realest one though.
I hate him so much. Oh, I hate him so much. Carl knows why I hate great theme people. Fuck you, Michi. You did nothing good. Kamen Rider.
I mean, he saved everybody at the end.
You watch that season.
He saved everybody at the end.
You need to watch it. Say it. No. No, fuck
yeah, at the very end,
he didn't save anyone.
Came through
fuck
with
him.
The apple and he fought her.
We're not talking about this.
I'm not curious as to who is your actual guess?
See, I don't want to guess now because I don't want it to be right. Because we both
watch
know,
it be
like,
one of the teachers.
You know my two picks for it.
Who?
Invisible Girl and Mike.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mike and
the person that you've chosen me to be. You think I'm a traitor?
Wait, which one's Mike?
You think I'm a hating ass nigga? I
like
betrayed you? When?
The one who was doing the announcing during the UA festival.
Oh, okay.
The one who looks like his hair should be like, it looks like he should be able to fly.
Oh, the electro sound guy.
Yeah.
He like sings and everything.
He looks like he should be able to fly with that hair.
Get him to see
I
no
guess
He
punch
kind of
man.
looks like a
guess
Yu-Gi-Oh
so.
character.
Great.
Kind of, yeah. He would be, he could be Mr. Referee for Yu-Gi-Oh. That would
I
have been
mean, he looks like he could have been Joey's dad with that hair. But I don't know. I think it could be Todoroki, honestly. I mean, some of the stuff doesn't like place like. I mean, he was there when the fight was going on and everything, but I mean, he has, I think, in my eyes, like the most motivation for
I feel
it.
like Todoroki hates his dad too much to be a bad guy because he wants to be a better hero than him.
Well, I think that might be why he might be willing to like turn traitor is because his dad is like the number 2 hero and literally bred him to be a rival to All Might. And then he has what, like 13 other siblings that are like
He's like a lot.
that are like get like no attention
They're
from
like,
his father that he cares nothing about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then his mom literally poured like, boiling water on his face, so that's pretty fucked up.
You know what?
That came out of nowhere.
I know who the traitor is.
It's Todoroki's mom.
That's messed up.
Bakugo's mom. She's too damn hot.
Why was it?
That is so unnatural. I'm like, how do you go from that? What does his dad look like?
Zack and Cody mom.
He's in one of the episodes.
I don't remember seeing his dad.
Because he's plain as fuck. That's
Like,
why
you know the episode where all the teachers start going to the houses to ask the parents if they can come through?
He was in that episode.
Yeah,
He's
remember
looking like the
remember-
motherfucker.
He has brown hair.
Remember,
Looking
All Might had
boring
like
as fuck.
actually bowed to Deku's mom and everything.
I think
it was
remember.
that episode.
You know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of Jerry's dad. He probably watches people fuck Bakugo's mom while he's sitting in a fucking closet wearing a Superman outfit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I don't
Perfect.
know. That's
Another person thinks I'm weird. Yeah.
I mean, they all did initially.
No,
You're just
they weren't
confirming
for
now.
sure.
Now
They
you're
weren't
just
for sure.
confirming it.
Of course, need confirmation.
Have you read Vigilante?
no.
Yeah, I don't. I need to read.
Because I remember I told you about it actually if you knew, and then we were talking about it. And I was
I
asking
knew
Joe.
of it, but I didn't pursue it. I thought it was like a Soul Eater not type thing, but then it's like, no, it's legitimately good, apparently.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
So it's like the Batman version of it, I guess.
Do either...
Fuck registration.
I know what
Just
you're
do
going to
this
say,
shit.
so just keep your like comments to yourself. But do either of you guys like...
What time is it?
It is 2:01.
Okay.
Do either of you guys read or like
Pacific
care
time.
about Berserk at all?
The old
I
stuff
care
I was on
about it as
top
much
of.
as
The
the
new
creator
stuff
cares about it, which is
I haven't been on
obviously-
top of.
I mostly
Okay.
follow like the manga because it's still coming
Yeah.
out, and it probably will be like long after we're all dead.
Go back to the boat.
But what?
Go back. Get back on the boat. He
He was on a boat for a long
so
time.
much time on a boat.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, he was getting to the fairy island. Well, the newest chapter just like, I mean, do you guys like care if like we talk about it?
Sure,
I kind of like want like opinions.
Say spoilers for spoiler alert.
Spoilers, guys. Berserk. If you guys like read the manga, this is gonna be heavy stuff.
Rape and killing, there's spoilers right there.
I'm
It's
pretty
all-
sure
it's
I
all
forewarned
very
about
clear.
keeping comments to oneself. Well, okay, so you guys know how, like, Casca lost her memory, or, well, she pretty much went crazy, like, after the whole eclipse thing?
Yes, I've heard such things.
Okay. So, Guts' whole... I have a couple issues with, things that have happened, and a couple, like, things that I think are really cool. For one, this is probably an unpopular opinion.
That's perfect. Say it into the microphone.
Yeah, unpopular opinion. I kind of don't hate Griffith as much as everybody else tends to. I mean, the end thing he did was really messed up.
Because he wants to.
But honestly, well, no. My whole thing is I don't agree with what he did, but I guess I kind of understand it. Like, my whole thing is, when it comes to the eclipse and what he went through, like, the year of, like, hardcore torture and mutilation, all that stuff, and literally having his dreams, like, dashed. And then when he meets up with the God Hand and they're talking to him about, like, what his life has been, they kind of, like, warp his mind almost and kind of make him, they literally are like, so many people have died for your dream already. Like, if you were to stop now, what does it mean for all of them? Like, what were their deaths for? And his whole thing was the sacrifice with the Band of the Hawk.
Yeah.
Like, his whole thing was that was supposed to be the last sacrifice he wanted to make. Was that they were supposed to be the end so he could have his, like...
Everyone's gone, so now it's just table talk. I'm interviewing Jeremy.
So he can,
Okay.
like, the city he erects, because when Griffith has been reborn in the manga.
Yeah.
And the city he erects, Falconia, is literally, like, the only safe haven left. And people in the world literally, they worship him at this point. And the things he does are, they're not bad. He gathers the apostles who were evil and, like, killing and mutilating people, and he all unites them under one banner and, pretty much subjugates them with his power. And they all swear fealty to him, and none of them attack humans anymore.
So
and
it's
the ones that
you turn, like, a lawless zone into...
natural order, yeah. And he pretty much says, like, fuck all the other lords in the world, because he grants anyone safe harbor in Falconia. But by going there, it doesn't matter if you're a king, a noble, anything, you give up all your titles. He is the one king of Falconia. And the titles he appoints are, that's what you are. But you don't come in there, like, as anybody but yourself. You lose all titles, wealth, all that stuff beforehand. Which I think is really cool, because the struggles he went through with other lords, he literally, like, sold himself to that one lord in the show and in the manga.
Yeah.
So that his soldiers wouldn't die.
Noble.
It was messed up, and you see how much it, like, torments him, too, when he's talking to Casca, and he's literally, like, mutilating himself afterwards, like, trying to, like, clean himself. I understand the sacrifice. I was not okay with, obviously, what he did to Casca, because that was just not okay.
Kind of messed up. A lot of people were like,
yeah. I haven't.
Not even gonna entertain it mostly because
I have an issue with the Moonchild thing, the child that she, like, gave birth to after the eclipse that, like, Griffith fused with to get his body. Do you remember, like, what happened?
I heard most of it, but I can't remember everything that happened.
So there was this. I'll try it. So there was this apostle that, what the Baelits look like? The little eggs that have, like, the apostle faces? Yeah. So this apostle, it looked like one of those, but it had, like, spider legs. Sorry, guys, we're unwrapping popsicles.
The best thing to have for a podcast.
I'm sorry, this is my fault.
Japanese treats, guys.
Yeah. We gotta have, like, a no eating rule from now on, probably. Just because the crinkling.
As long as there's no wrappers.
Or at least, at the very least, if there's enough people that can still hold a conversation. Just because, like,
so it
that's
doesn't have
all
to
we
pause.
have.
Yeah,
we don't have anything else like cool graphics and video game stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta step your game up.
Yeah.
Background music.
Can't see someone throwing a popsicle. Alright, fine.
But this apostle. I don't know.
That's gonna be our theme song.
God. But this egg apostle basically it transforms or it infects people with, like, this element of madness in this holy city. And his plan.
There's multiple of them too, right?
No, he's the only one. And his whole thing is he has a really messed up backstory. He was a child that was like born with like a disease that made him look like burnt and mutilated in the sunlight. And he ends up crawling inside like this deep hole that he like digs, and he lives down there for a while. Pretty much until people like start dumping bodies in like his hole, and he had never even seen another person before. So like they're dumping bodies on top of him, and he's like being crushed by them like over time eventually because he's too afraid to walk out, and he's afraid to stay there. So he ends up being like crushed under like tons and tons of like bodies. Right. And while he's under there, he pretty much wishes for like the birth of a new world. Like he wishes to be the egg for the new world, and that's what he calls himself, is the egg of the king. And then the God Hand appear to him, and they're like, we can give you your wish. And he sacrifices not just himself, but in his mind, he sacrifices the world. So when he transforms into this Beylit, he starts to infect this city.
Is that how you pronounce it too? Because I read it before and I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, they're pronounced Beylits. Okay. And they come in different colors too. Only people who are meant to be the God Hand get the crimson Beylits.
That's what I was talking about actually. There's a couple of those.
Yes, there's multiple of them.
Multiple wielders and two.
Well, as far as we know, we only ever see one crimson Beylit at a time.
But it's like rumored that like other people have had them throughout history, or
sort of. We know that Griffith doesn't have his crimson Beylit anymore. After he sacrificed, we haven't seen it since. He doesn't wear it anymore, and it's assumed that Void, the first one that we know of, the dude who has like the big brain out of his head, he used the crimson Beylit, and then it passed on to like the other members that would become the members of the God Hand. Yeah. And it happens, every 666 years because they're super cliche.
Because Jesus.
6th year of the 6th month of the 6th day.
But this egg thing, pretty much.
Son was the one.
It when Casca after the whole rape thing.
Trump.
Oh God.
Maybe.
After the whole rape thing, Casca gives birth to that like mutilated child, and it protects her like over time. In the city, when she's there, she's about to be attacked by apostles, and the child like comes up and it protects her, but it gets like wounded. The egg is like climbing this tower, and it sees like the infant, and it was like we were meant to cross paths. It was like, you who are just as ugly as I am, come, let's die together. Berserk. And then it pretty much like eats the child. Like you see it like glowing inside of it, but it like climbs up. And then the entire city, like the entire not continent, but like the nation that they're in, they pull Full Metal Alchemist basically, and it's a giant mark of sacrifice that's laid over the entire city, and everybody in the city is sacrificed. And the egg breaks apart, and Griffith is standing there, completely back to normal.
This motherfucker.
But again, I'm the one that likes fucked up enemies.
But that's how he was like reborn into the world.
How long has Berserk been going on?
It came out in 82?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Berserk has been going on for a dumb long time.
Yeah. After all that, though, I mean, Guts' whole mission has been to get Casca's memory back, which I very heavily don't agree with. I mean, she has issues with her insanity, but a majority of the time, she's happy, or at least peaceful. Why would you want to give her those memories back of the eclipse and everything like that? In the most recent chapter, the chapter before it, she did get her memories back. They explored her world, and they pieced her memories back together, and her inner world was really messed up and dark.
Was it like a soul world type thing from, or soul gem thing from Marvel?
Yeah, kind of. They literally went inside of her, like, inner world, and it was like a dark, barren landscape, and like... Wow. There was, like, her manifestation of her and Guts was really messed up. Guts was this black dog that was, like, missing one of his legs and was carrying around this, like, giant coffin that was
why's it gotta be black?
Right?
No, because he's the Black Knight.
Racist. Wait. He was the one that Martin Lawrence was...
So many people have done that. You want to do that?
I'm so mad at you right now.
Don't at me like that. Mr. Fighting for Racism Online.
What? Oh, yeah. The village in the
instantly became clear. Like, oh no.
They're so racist on that page, though. It, like, bothers me.
I'm really surprised that, like, all the things you told me, I've learned so many things now. Just, like, in general. Things I never cared to know.
I feel like I know what this conversation is about, but I... Anyway, let's keep talking about Berserk. But she got her memory back, and
That's nice.
Kind of. She like freaked out and like basically left Guts, and now her whole mission in the newest chapter is that she pledged her allegiance to Griffith so that she can kill him. And then she like her whole thing is that she apparently is the only one that, or she feels like she's the only one that can kill Griffith.
Who's the creator of Berserk? I forgot.
I don't remember his name.
Some guy.
Some old guy.
Some really old guy.
Who obviously has a lot of deep-seated psychological issues.
Word. Like, I'm trying to think what other show it was that, somebody said their person was going through something when they made it. Was that you said that?
It was, you talking about, there was something for, the Chimera, and not the Chimera, but, Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Yoshihiro Togashi was going through some shit.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
How many made Hunter x Hunter?
What happened?
They knocked out my damn Pokemon.
Who did what to your Pokemon?
They knocked them out of the gym.
Was it Arcanine?
Oh,
that
shit.
was my gym at my job, you SOBs.
I wonder if it was
Your job's a Pokemon?
I wonder if it was Spaceman Spiffy.
Yo, if it's a Spaceman Spiffy, if you at my gym, we fighting for real.
Is this your new master?
Spaceman Spiffy is this dude who constantly just kept
he's your new
taking
master.
over the gym.
Gosh, I don't want to give him that title. He's a bitch.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Because how is he that? And then I'm Thor threatening him. He better be. He has to be bigger than me. Then I guess maybe I don't know. I'll still fuck you up. Must be nice.
I feel like it's actually kind of funny. I feel like that story, Berserk would have caught on earlier, or it would have caught on nowadays because we're more obsessed with like gore and stuff like that. You look at how Mortal Kombat is,
Tokyo Ghoul,
and how people love that shit. And
that even back when that first came out, people were all about that. You just
that was because like the
Karens of the world,
because that's when Mortal Kombat started.
Attack on Titan, mad gory.
Yeah.
Which is weird because why are we not like other places where they're like nudity? Who gives a fuck? But gore, like, why would you want to look at that?
I mean, like, I think the biggest thing with Berserk as to why it didn't catch on is because there is a lot of like hardcore sexual abuse. Like
that too.
Like you go
people have problem with Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, you go 3 pages. It's not even like fan service either. It's like it's honestly like
was?
hardcore like rape, and it's like it's messed up. Like, you know, there's a scene where like this one girl like literally like almost has that happen to her because her horse gets possessed by a demon.
Whoa.
Yeah, like it's messed up.
And now we go in the opposite direction. Talk about some shit other than that.
Well, yeah, like
goddamn.
Berserk gets really foul, and that's
weird. He had to have hatched that.
Not for the faint of heart.
No, it is not.
Yeah. So.
Oh, did you know they? I told Joe the Goblin Slayer season 2 movie or whatever is supposed to be coming out.
I did not.
That's
know
a
that.
season. I didn't realize.
I don't know what it was, but it's something for Goblin Slayer, and the setting is like in like an ice cap mountain or something.
Yeah, the movie.
Oh, it is a movie?
Out. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what it was. I remember I saw it, and I know you like Goblin Slayer, so I told you.
But yeah, it's a movie if I remember correctly from what I was reading. I am looking forward to it. I would like to see it because I don't think they can mess it up. Goblin Slayer is actually.
See, you say good. That, Joe.
You want to bet?
Goblin Slayer is a pretty good
it's like,
anime.
Bet, let's do this.
Let M. Night Shyamalan get his hands on it.
Don't call that into existence.
Ouch.
I love how his reputation is just ruined now.
Yeah. I mean, he was done after Avatar.
It's great.
I was always fighting for him. It says Science was a good movie. Village.
Well, because his whole directing
he had a
style,
niche, and he went out of sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect though. His style was like, oh hey, cool thing happens at the end that turns you the other way. You're like, wait, what? But like, and he would reign supreme right now had it not been for like Avatar fucking his shit up. Because people like that subversive shit nowadays.
And I actually really liked Lady in the Water. I mean, a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was a pretty cool movie.
Freaking, what's that other one? Village? That was weird as fuck.
And honestly, the twist I thought was like, I mean, I didn't think it was like the best ever, but I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
There was another movie, Carbonary of the Iron Fortress. The people who made Attack on Titan, they basically made metal like zombie train battles.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's basically there's these zombies who are like metalized, so you can't really kill them with
How
normal
do
means.
you kill a zombie that has a metal cage around its heart?
Yeah. And basically, what ended up happening is, in order to survive, they basically made these armored trains, and the trains carry people from town to town, and they're like, equipped with weapons and stuff. And it had a season 1.
It's kind of like a steampunky.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. They had a season 1, and it came out after Attack on Titan, and they were like, hey, we're going to do season 2 after we finish season 2 of Attack on Titan. Season 2 of Attack on Titan came out, no news. Season 3 of Attack on Titan, hey, we're going to make a movie. And the movie supposedly came out last month. I don't know if it's subbed yet, but I'm gonna try to find it because it was a solid watch. It was interesting. It was an interesting spin on the zombies.
Fucking animators, so apparently
it was an interesting spin on zombies because it's like you have the basic zombies and they all have the metal cages on their heart. Then you have some that like retain some of their memory, so they can actually fight with tools. So you have like a samurai zombie going around.
Zombie people,
yeah.
A samurai zombie with a metal cage around his heart that protects him. That's cool.
Yeah. It started getting better actually because the people actually got like weapons that could actually do something.
Yeah, they started making new weapons.
But
and
then
everything.
the zombies leveled up, and it's like, hey, look, World War Z
they can
zombie
do this.
mech.
Yeah, they can like
what?
Was it like a merged together thing or was it was something crazy?
Megazords.
Who's making these zombies?
They never went into how they
leave it to the Asians.
But yeah, it was a solid watch, and it was just like, hey, no season 2. Then like 3 years later, hey, we're gonna make a movie. So I gotta find a movie.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't.
Have you guys followed with the Fate movies that have come out the past 2
I
months?
saw Fate's Will in theaters.
Or
Heaven's Feel, I think it's called.
The first part or the second part?
The first part.
Okay. Yeah. The second part came out, I think, like 3 or 4 months ago, and it was really, really good. I honestly can't wait for the third part to come out. But that so far, I'd probably say that's probably one of my top like anime movies that they've like adapted.
Yeah.
And honestly, the series as a whole, I think, is really great because the way
where are they right now? Like, which is the current one right now?
Well, okay, so the main shows that like take place with the main route, you have Fate Zero, which is like the start of it all, and then you have Fate Stay Night, which is what you're supposed to go to afterwards, because the visual novel originally was a game.
So, actually, I have a question for you. So Fate Stay Night came out first, and then Fate Zero came out. Was that originally how it was supposed to be, or that just like something that like they put a Star Wars? Like
let's go back.
Yeah. That's pretty much what they did.
Now I was curious. I watched Fate Stay Night. And I liked it. I enjoyed it and everything. And then Fate Zero came out, and I was like, "Wait, isn't he supposed to be dead?" And I'm confused. And then someone said, "Oh, this is a prequel." And I'm like,
the anime basically Star Wars you.
Okay, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, whereas the manga, the way you read it, it literally unless you skip ahead. Yeah. It reads it to you, or you're reading it as Fate Zero.
Okay, so that's how. Okay, that's how I was curious about.
And then you get Unlimited Blade Works after Stay Night, and then it goes Heaven's Feel.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the manga also pulled the Star Wars, or if they just put it out like that.
No, the manga didn't. But there is this one anime called The Garden of Sinners that is because the Fate universe is kind of like they call it the Nasuverse. Because there's 2 other animes that tie into the Fate world.
Oh, really?
One of them is called The Garden of Sinners that was amazing. And then the other one I haven't watched. I don't remember the name of it. But they're all tied into each other. And it's really cool. You see Saber in The Garden of Sinners. At the end of it, after everything's said and done, the main character, her name is Shiki Ryogi, and she literally meets up with Saber because she becomes a Saber servant as well.
Is that the season where Saber's a guy?
No, that's Fate Prototype.
Okay, I remember we were all hanging out one day, and the trailer came up, and I was watching it, and you were there, and I was like, "Isn't he?" What?
Yep. And that's the same Saber that we see in Fate Zero. Because, the story of Arturia Pendragon is just so twisted and messed up. She drew the sword when she was 12. By drawing Caliburn, because it wasn't Excalibur, that's a common misconception, she draws Caliburn and she immediately becomes king. There's no rules for a queen or anything like that. She had to be the king. So she literally disguises herself as a man. There were only a few people, even among her round table, that knew that she was a woman. Lancelot being one of them. Guinevere was her childhood friend. Over time, people started to question her and stuff like that because she didn't take a wife. So she was like, all right, I have to have a queen. Took Guinevere. Which they never consummated the marriage or anything like that. I mean, it was said that they did, but they didn't. Guinevere was in love with Lancelot, and he was in love with her. Arturia pretty much gave them consent to be together because they were her best friends. You know what I mean? And she was okay with it. So basically everything that like was going on, she knew about, gave consent to, but she needed them to like withhold like to save face pretty much for the country. By doing so, like it caused a whole bunch of turmoil, as in like you and the queen really aren't ever together. Like, did you guys consummate it? You guys have been together for years now. There's no heir. Like, and that was the whole thing. So, because they didn't have an heir,
y'all fucking or not?
Well, she goes to Merlin. Yeah, she goes to Merlin, and she pretty much like asks Merlin to enchant her, and he turns her into a man for a night.
Yo, give me a.
Pretty much. And it's so he can...
I got you, fam.
Yeah, it's so she can be with
Guinevere.
Like, Guinevere agreed to it and everything like that, but it's so that they could, like, have a child.
That's a really good friend.
Yeah, they're really cool until things...
Direct deposit only.
Well, Mordred, Arturia's half-sister, who is, like, evil in this... Or not Mordred, I forget her name.
1 second, fuck you for keep doing that. I fucking hate that shit.
What's her name for Merlin?
Good morning.
What's her name for Merlin? We were laughing because she's the bad guy. We know she's the bad guy, but she was the half sister.
Morgana.
Yes, that's her name. Thank you.
I can never remember her name either, but we both watched Merlin. Merlin's a great watch. So
yeah, Morgana.
Thank you, BBC.
We're talking about.
I'm saying, who would he be?
Character wise.
Oh. Let me think on that while I finish this tangent.
You know me well enough to put me on a character?
Yes, he does. He knows your character already.
Okay, so, what was I talking about?
They were gonna
Morgana, yes. So
they was about to fuck.
Merlin in the manga and in the show, he's very much a misogynist. Morgana pretty much like seduces him and allows him to, or like pretty much makes a deal with him, and he like when he transforms Arturia, he puts her to sleep. So she falls asleep as a man, and Morgana literally comes in and like rapes him, and gets pregnant with his child, and that's how Mordred is born.
Jeremy, I'm sorry to see a pattern. Why is everything you want to talk about involving?
Well, okay.
I'm saying this as a concerned friend.
A lot of deep-seated issues.
I think
also you're being recorded.
I think he's watched Game of Thrones a little too much with that certain episode.
We can't do that stuff. I'm just saying.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
This is an intervention, actually. Push the button that unfurls the...
Oh my god.
It's a banner. No.
But, I mean, the whole thing, like, when it ends up getting found out that Lancelot and Guinevere are, like, together. Someone rats them out, and, like, Arturia ends up having to, like, go through all this crap. Or Mordred is the one that rats her out. Because Mordred gets mad that Arturia doesn't name her a successor. She's like, and she had the same complex. She pretended to be a boy. She's like, I'm your son, like, because Mordred in the anime is also a woman. And she's like, I'm your heir, like, I'm your rightful child.
Yeah.
And Arturia is like, you're no son of mine. And
you're not with me and the queen, so it'll count.
Test, so
yeah,
like,
and well, that's the whole thing. Is Arturia wasn't necessarily dismissing her because of the means in which she was born. And she tells Mordred, she was like, I acknowledge the fact that you had no part in being born.
Wait, isn't Mordred that kid?
Yep.
Yeah, she was like, you never chose this.
Yeah, and in Merlin, in the Merlin show, there was a Mordred, and he was the one that kills Arthur.
And that's exactly how it happens in Arturian lore and in the Fate universe. They kill
I didn't realize the Fate universe was like Arturian.
Yeah,
shit.
I know in the Merlin show, just the source, but in the show, Mordred is also a wizard, just like Merlin.
Or he's one of the. There's like a race of people
magic.
That are
and it's like, hey, we can't have
Morgana's
magic.
Morgana's a sorceress too, is the whole thing. Yeah. And Mordred can use like light magic in here too, like, and it's crazy. No.
Why are you sending me stuff, Joe?
Can't prove anything.
Untimely death. You sent me a link.
Empty bases accusations.
A polo shirt?
A polo shirt?
Do you not see what's on that shirt?
No, I'm just reading the link. It just says something polo shirt.
That was so creepy.
Prove it, though.
That was so creepy.
But yeah, the Fate universe pretty much everything like depends, or the main novel like deviates on what path Shiro chooses. Not even what path, but pretty much what girl he falls in love with.
Yeah, isn't that how the movies are? Is like each of the set of movies is the different girl he chooses.
Exactly, because it's either he falls in love with Saber, which is the Fate Stay Night, and then you have Unlimited Blade Works where he's like falls in love with Reen, and then you have Heaven's Feel, which is by far the darkest version of all of them. And that's where he's in love with Sakura, who is hands down the most powerful mage out of all of them. And it's her story is really sad.
Fucking what? What the fuck are you two doing?
Fuck you. Fuck
What?
you. Can't trust you darkies, no way.
Wow.
He sent so after the link he sent, it's the chair. It's happened. It's happened every podcast.
Cause you fat.
Flexing them back muscles.
So
He's like,
but I showed him because like I'm going through my Pokemon right now, like getting rid of like transferring them.
I don't need you.
Just to make space,
setting them free.
and I'm in the 4th gen now, and my shiny Shinx was there. I'm like, hey Joe, shiny Shinx.
What does it look like?
It's yellow.
I'm not dedicated enough to have any shiny Pokemon. I'm a garbage trainer. I train garbage. What's that you got there, bro? What's that you got there?
Shiny Armaldo.
Shiny what the fuck is that?
I think it's called Armaldo, right?
Yeah.
It's a bug.
Shiny Arnaldo?
Wow.
It's after he gets his tan.
I have that too.
I know. I
Shiny?
need to.
Yeah.
Jack
Wait,
Frost.
how is it shiny? What's the difference between?
It's lighter.
Oh,
That's like freaking
You got a
Garchomp.
light-skinned
Garchomp
Pokemon.
shiny is just like a slightly
this one?
lighter shade.
Leafeon. Leafeon's a good Pokemon.
it's a great grass type, honestly.
It's a great.
Umbreon is still the best one though.
It's great. Load.
I got one that you don't
Great.
got.
Don't you
trying to
fucking
think.
dare bring up Absol.
In Sword and Shield, they're supposed to.
Honestly, I
they're
wasn't
supposed
even
to be
thinking about
dragon
Absol.
type.
I hear
Some
people
shit
don't like
like
legendaries for Sword and Shield.
I haven't seen what they look like.
Yeah, someone was saying. I heard someone saying they didn't like the legendaries.
I don't
have a
seen it
Switch,
yet.
so I'm not like too
Yeah.
big on
Is
it
it
right now.
only Switch exclusive?
Yeah,
it's on
because
the Switch.
Game Freak said after
These motherfuckers are having shiny battle on the
Game
side.
Freak said they can't do anything else in 3DS in terms of Pokemon
Shut
games.
up.
They
Oh
push
yeah,
it as far as
we
they
saw
can.
that video.
So they literally
Yeah,
have to
Golden
go into the
Altaria?
Switch.
Yes, I do.
Oh, now y'all stop the shiny battle?
Oh, that's my favorite.
Shiny my
The fuck is that?
Militant.
The biggest glow up Pokemon.
Yeah. You know how they have the whole like ugly duckling to swan?
Cloyster.
That's that Pokemon.
Like
The vagina
Feebas
Pokemon.
I could actually have that, but I'm not-
the
it wasn't my
ugliest
shoulder.
fish Pokemon that you like. Imagine Magikarp on meth, and that's Feebas, and it
have that
evolves
too.
into like.
I have it too.
When I thought of Magikarp on meth,
I have that too. Community Day.
when I thought of Magikarp on meth, I thought of like that thing
Fuck
from
you.
fuck is that show? Bubble. Oh, wait, what the fuck is it?
Bubble.
Gumball.
Oh,
What about Gumball?
I thought of the dude from Gumball
which
in a meth lab.
Which dude from Gumball?
The fish guy. The fish
Oh,
with legs.
God.
Darwin Watterson.
Darwin's
You just
Breaking
got
Bad.
that
They're on their last. That's cool. They're
All
on their
right,
season
the
right now for-
podcast
for
is
Gumball.
done. I deem it so.
I
Everybody
haven't
say
really watched
bye.
too much Gumball. Peace.
I was. See ya. Thanks for having me, guys.
Catch you guys.
Awesome peoples.
Catch you later. Catch
How
you in the
far
next
are you in that
podcast.
You're scaring everyone.
All gonna miss you till next week.
I was actually expecting like
Joe.
I'm a little jealous about.
Wait, we gotta stop it on Joe saying some weird shit.
Pony.
when they get to the dub of